Couple of keys for this is that the home team has won every game in the series, and the team to score the first goal has won every game in this series. We're underway. The Amherst shoot to the net to my left, and they're wearing the whites, the dark blue being worn by the Crunch, and it's Subban and goal down to my right. Puck dumped around behind the Amherst net. Subban plays it off in the near corner. That's spun up the near side over the line to center ice. Chased after by Yops, couldn't quite reach it. Take it away, been over the Rochester line. Barry Belay drops a pass back to the slot, and the Amherst picked that one off. Turn it out to center ice up the left wing and dump it off in the far corner. Merce chasing there, but it's cleared along the wall. Koepke digs it out, and his pass all the way down ice in the Amherst zone. And it was off a skate, so did not result in an icing. Amherst pick it up, played up the wall, shoveled ahead, in over the line is Malone. He's squeezed out by Thompson on the sideboard. Big hit in the backboards by Kozak. And the puck pulled around the near wing is out over the line to center ice. Kozak make that Malone with the hit on Sean Day. The defenseman returns to the lineup after missing the last 10 for Syracuse. And the puck dumped back inside the Syracuse blue line. On the near wing, Thompson will fire it up the wall. In the Amherst zone, round behind the net. Amherst pick it up. Dropped in behind the net, taken by Pilot. He'll look it over, just getting started in this one. Played off, Kozak back on the near side and up the left wing. A feed forward, tipped down inside the Syracuse blue line. Back forward, Carlisle around behind his net, being chased there. Tries to get away from Weisbach. He'll reverse it behind the net in the near corner. And Crozier throwing it up the right wing boards to center ice. Bartkowski dumps it back in, and there it's touched by Rusak. However, he was still in the zone and an offside whistle. So we'll have a face-off coming up at the Syracuse blue line. Minute 32 played, no score. This season of Amherst Hockey has been brought to you by Seneca Niagara Resort and Casino, the official casino and gaming partner of the Rochester Americans. Face-off stepping in is Kudik for the Amherst. Drawing it back along the near boards. That one is flipped deep in the zone by Bartkowski coming down the corner. Crunch after it. Throw it to the blue line. Chipped ahead to the Rochester blue line. The Amherst take it right back again. Turn it up the right wing and over the line off the stick of Rusak as he directs it around behind the net. Carrick in the far corner to the point, but kept in by the Amherst. Backhander shoveled off in the far corner by Elliott. And the puck in the corner, dug out and cleared aside. But to the blue line, Amherst get a hold of it, keep it in again. Turnaround shot missed wide. Off in the far boards, Rusak there. He and Element collide, and the puck loose is cleared along the blue line on the near boards. Off the right side, here comes Myers in over the Rochester blue line, but Amherst take a pass away. Backhanded behind the net in the near corner. Bartkowski will fire it around the near wing and is drawn out over the line to center ice. But the Crunch get a hold of it, play it forward. That's grabbed, tied up, and pulled away immediately by Passolt. But his cross-ring pass picked off, and the Crunch will fire it in behind the Amherst net again. Comes out to the side of the net and smothered there, held on to by Subban for a face-off. And right away we'll get a little hugging and greeting each other in behind the net. As the linesman will step in, separate the players. 2.5 minutes gone in this one. No score, in fact, no shots as of yet. And the face-off will be coming to the right of Subban, again, who has played every game so far, as has Max Legacy at the other end. So as we get set for the face-off, this will be Yop stepping in for the face-off against Reifers of the Crunch. Well, the puck wasn't dropped. We'll do it again. Everybody jumped a little too quick. Puck drop, pulled to the corner. Round behind the net, off on the near side. Played ahead up the sideboards to center ice. Slammed the rest of the way down and into the Syracuse zone. Chased after in the backboards. Reifers retreats behind his net. Throws it to the far side. Drop back in the slot. Continuing on to center ice. Thompson up the right wing. Rolls it in. Amherst blue line, and Gonsalves will backhand it in. And off the backboards. Turned out in front. That went skipping by. And under the skate of Gonsalves. Couldn't get a hold of it. It's all the way down inside the Syracuse blue line. Crunch have it. 3 minutes gone of the game. To the far boards. And back down in the high slot for Thompson. Up the right wing. Barry Belay will tip it in over the Rochester line, the far corner. Chasing after it there, Dumont. Roll behind the Amherst net. Comes out in front. Bouncing puck. Cleared off the boards to the blue line and now brought ahead to center ice. Rusak on the right side ahead of the play, as he usually is, as Weisbach, and he's a step offside. 16:40 to go here in the first period. Well, during the regular season, in the season series, each team had 6 wins. And now in the playoffs, each team has 2 wins. So it's still all even up between these two teams, 8 wins apiece for the regular season and the playoffs. Statistics are almost identical between the two. The only thing different is after their 4-0 win last game, the Amherst leading in scoring in the playoff series 14-11. Subban behind this net, draws it over the far corner. Shot behind the net into the near corner, dropped off of the backboards again. As they crash to the corner boards, puck is tied up and still dropped on the near side. Pinned up on the wall by Malone. As they hack away, the puck comes loose and dropped to the right point, hopped over the stick of Myers. That's out and down ice. He'll chase it back inside the Syracuse blue line. Played along the boards on the near side, down all the way down, and back for go the Amherst. That's a place behind us net around the far boards. A youngster coming in out of Quinnipiac. Has on the left wing side, pulled in along the near wall by Kulik, dropping it back at the left point, long shot. And hits a body and ends up over the glass and out of play. 4:09 played here in the first period. And no score from Syracuse. Hey, you deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop at your local Nissan dealership and NissanUSA.com. Face-off coming to the right of Legacy. Kulik still there for the face-off. As Weisbach on one side and Rusek on the other. Rusek now stepping in as Kulik is chased. Puck in the corner, cleared along the glass to the point. That sneaks through as Markowski couldn't get his glove on it, and all the way down behind the Amherst net, cleared by Metza around the far boards. Bouncing back toward the net, turnaround shot attempt by Forte, and that one wide, ends up in the corner. Cleared along the wall, Rusek digs it out, slams it off the boards, and over the line to center ice. Off with it once again, the Crunch will backhand it in, Dumont around behind the Amherst net. Rochester back for the puck, shot around the near boards. Out to the point, long shot in, stick stop, it's out the other side. Reifers takes it, tried to shoot it on goal, but that would knock down, and the rebound pulled away and out to center ice. Amherst on the attack, dumped in by Kulik, by Yops rather, round behind the net, dropped off on the backboards and cleared into the far corner. In the corner boards, pass in the slot, almost picked off, but carried ahead by Thompson. In over the Rochester line, drops it on the left wing boards, brought in a shot, and the stick stop, and the puck rolling around behind. The Amherst net is Kepke tied up there. Davies digs it out. He'll play the puck behind the net of the far corner to pass up the wall, where it's dug out and cleared along the wall and down ice by Murray, and that'll draw an icing. 14:42 to go. Here in the first period, there's no score. As the Crunch have 2 shots, the Amherst still looking for their first shot of this game. Syracuse has outshot the Amherst in all the games thus far. And by pretty good margins also. Last game was a 31-26 last game. Syracuse in shots. They're second in the league in shots at 23.5%. Well, the Amherst are 19th in shots. Let's get the shots for. All right, 23.5% versus, okay, Syracuse is 32.8%. That sounds better, or worse, as far as that's concerned. To the point, dropped and blocked at the blue line. It ends up somewhere. Might be up in the Rochester player bench, or it's up the leg of Mersch. There it comes popping out of the Rochester bench. So we'll have a face-off coming up at the Amherst blue line. Yops again in for the face-off. And this against Robert. Puck drop, taken from the draw by Syracuse. Dribbler toward the Amherst blue line, turned in over the line along the near boards, and that's pulled out top, and then a long shot in around behind the Amherst net. Sneaks through as Subban couldn't get a hold of it. It's all the way around to the far corner, then a centering pass picked off by the Amherst. On away up the left wing side, Davies in over the blue line along the near wing, dumps it in. Now behind the Syracuse net, puck backhanded around the near boards, and that'll be carried away by the Crunch. Feet just a little bit out of the reach of the Syracuse player. I think that was maybe Crozier. No, that was Balsers. Couldn't quite reach it. And all the way down, otherwise he might have had a breakaway. 14:06 to go here in the first. Face-off coming to the left of Legacy. As we get set for the face-off, Olszewski for the face-off. Puck rolling down in the corner. And the Olszewski line with Passolt on one side. Amerks actually have 7D. So they'll alternate the right winger on that line. Right now it's Weisbach. Puck in the corner. And that sent off the backboards. Ends up out. And it looks like a penalty coming up here. As we have a little exchange once again of players. The puck popped up and out. And I think it might be a penalty coming up to Syracuse. 13:50 to go. Here in it'll be Rochester rather. Penalty to the Amerks. 13:50 to go in the first. There's no score. This is the Amerks Broadcast Network. So the Amerks are shorthanded as Pilot goes 2 minutes for delay of game. Amerks penalty kill. Brought to you by Connective Federal Credit Union. Banking done different. Puck around behind the Syracuse net. Powell gets a hold of it, and he'll shoot it all the way down ice. Amerks penalty killing. That's 75%. By the way, Syracuse penalty killing also 75%. And then on the power play, the teams are evenly matched. Each team is 25% on the power play. Puck brought in, stuffing attempt, getting the left leg out. As Subban got that left skate up against the post, and the Amerks cleared away down ice. And that had to be total splits from Subban. Nifty move, pulled in over toward left to right across the goal mouth, and Subban got the left skate on it. That's cleared down ice. Boy, it looked like a sure goal for Syracuse. Back for it with a Crunch. And behind the net. It'll be brought away now. Carrick on the right side. Feed forward up the near wing. Taken Balsers in over the Rochester line. Slowed up there. Puck coming down the sideboards. Backhanded away. And over the line and down ice halfway through this Rochester penalty. Down behind the net. Crunch pick it up. Start to work their way up ice. Throwing ahead on the left wing side and over the Rochester line. Batted away by Murray out of the zone. Crunch with it again and on the near wing. That one dropped back. And picked up at their own blue line by Carlisle. Taken away by Weisbach. In on goal, moving in, shoots. Oh, off the post. Return backhander shot in. And Legacy makes the stop. Oh, unbelievable. Pass up the right wing and in over the Rochester line. Carried down the corner. As the puck on the backboards. Prow clears it aside in the corner. That comes loose and the Amerks intercepted and carry it forward. Weisbach over the red line. Drops into the blue line for Bartkowski. Looking for a return pass. Throws it around behind the net. Coming down the far corner as they battle there, puck up the wall. Is spun along the blue line to the near side. And here come the Crunch. Thompson feeds it over the line, poked away once again to center ice. And up the left wing. Here's Malone in over the line. Nifty stick handling in. Backhander and Legacy gets the right leg on it. Puck in the corner, cleared up the wall. Out of the zone to center ice. Amerks all of a sudden now have come back and even up the shots at 3. Turned down inside the Syracuse blue line. Crunch have it back. And on the near boards, brought forward. Edmonds in over the Rochester line up the near wing. Backhander in on goal. That's blocked away in the slot, and the Amherst dig it out. Cross-ring pass thrown to the far boards. Getting to it, Kozak. Well, backhanded the rest of the way down, and this will be an icing call. So that'll bring the face-off down into the Rochester end of the rink, which is to my right here in the first period. What a save by Subban on the breakaway opportunity. I think it might have been Kepke. And I don't know if I'll see a better save than that one tonight. So I'm just going to call that right off the hop here, the save of the game, which is brought to you by ESL Federal Credit Union. Now, we might have another save of the game or two coming up yet, but that was an outstanding save right there. Face off to the right of Subban. As the puck dropped, pulled to the sideboards, getting over Pilot, chips it up the wall. Rosean will then slide it out over the line to center ice. Crunch pick it up again and shoot it right back in around behind the Amherst net. On the far boards, turn through to center ice as Weisbach lets it roll, catching up to the puck, drawing in over the line, but offside. And the whistle stops play, and it'll be a face-off coming up at the Syracuse blue line. Again, 11:07 to go here in the first period. Ando score. The other game in the North Division, the other series in the North Division, was decided last night with Toronto defeating Utica and winning that series 3-1. So it'll be the winner of this series against the Toronto Marlies in the divisional finals. And it'll start next week. Cleared all the way down ice after it. Goes Metza, but that missed everybody, and it'll be an icing call, bringing the face-off down into the Syracuse zone. So we'll talk more about that in a bit, as that series will begin next week. The winner of this will take on the Toronto Marlies. Face-off coming to the right of Legacy. Kulik stepping in for the face-off as he faces Robert. Now he's chased out, so Rusek for the Amherst stepping in. And the face-off goes to Syracuse. On the near boards over the line to center ice. Taken away by the Amherst, turn it up ice. Here's Kulik. Brought in over the line, tried to stick handle his way through the D, but couldn't. And then it's cleared away down ice. Amherst back for it. Metza getting to it, turning in the corner, spins away. Digs it out on the near wing and a pass forward. Shoveled up the boards over the line to center ice. As Weisbach got turned around, couldn't get a hold of it, and the puck now dumped down inside the Syracuse blue line. Crunch have it there. Usov at his own blue line drops it back in the corner. Starting to work forward is Carlisle. Return pass to Usov. Voids a hit from Murray. Amherst taken away. Run in on the near wing by Murray up the left side. Takes a rising shot. That's up over the net. Comes down around the boards and out to center ice. Amherst get back to slow it up. Pulled in over the line. Looked like it should have been offside. Quick shot in. And return shot batted around behind the net. Comes out in front to the near point. Kept in. Another feed wide. And around the corner boards at the far point. Kept in by Carrick. Dumped in the air and out to center ice on the near boards. And fired through to center ice. Hits a leg bouncing away. Amherst recovering the puck back in their own zone. Taken by Elliott. Retreats behind his net. Starts to work his way up ice. He'll drop it off in front of the net. Continuing ahead on the near side, Davies. On the left wing and over the line. Rusek feeds forward. Chased down the near corner. And they tried to drop it back at the point, but that's picked off. And brought up ice by Syracuse. Kepke in over the Rochester line. Stops in the sideboards. Now takes a long shot in, but no help there. Comes out of the near side. Dropped in the slot. Spin around shot attempt by Forte. But that's in the air. And out over the blue line to center ice. Dumped back in. Delay offside. And the Amherst have it. Start to work forward up the left wing. Tipped in over the line by pass. Hold up with it. Rosean tried to slip it in front, but the pass taken away. And recovered by Barabale. Here come the Crunch again on the attack to center ice. Dumont has it kicked off his stick by Paso. Amherst bring it forward. Malone up the right side. Rosean in over the line. Drops it back for Malone. Backhander in on goal. Stick stop for Legacy. And he'll hold on. 8:57 to go. In the first period, there's no score. This is the Amherst Broadcast Network. It is scoreless here in Syracuse. 8:57 to go in the first period. Fifth and deciding game of this best-of-5 series. Faceoff will be coming to the left of Legacy. As the Amish will send out Malone, Kozak, and Rosayan up front. Pilot and Prow on defense. Puck is dropped. Ends up at the sideboards. Rosayan digs it out. Backhander in front. They score! A feed off the backboards by Rosayan out in front between the circles. One-timer chipped inside the left post as the Amers come away on that goal by Kozak. And the youngster, he's been hot on his return from injury. As Rochester scores here. And 11:08 of the first period. Great feed from Rosayan. As Kozak picks up his second goal to the playoffs. And his third point. So the Amers score first here tonight. It's the first time in this series the visiting team has scored the first goal.
The series scored by number 44, Tyson Kozak, assisted by number 18, Isaac Rosen, and number 17, Sean Malone. Once again, Rochester goal and even strength.
And it was Malone that started the whole thing by winning the face-off. Puck pulled in over the Rochester line along the near wing and deflected down into the corner as they crash to the corner boards. Looking on, it's still in the corner now, played behind the net, skips by Prow all the way to the far side and taken there by Carlisle. Dumps it behind the net, Gonsalves looking for a centering pass. Hamrick's picked that one off. Turned off in the corner, Prow up the right side. Through to center race for Rosayan over the red line. He gets squeezed out in front of the player benches. It's tipped down further inside the Rochester blue line, but played away by Pilot. Hamrick's have it up the near wing over the red line. Shot in around behind the Syracuse net, 8 minutes to go in the first period. As the Amherst have taken a 1-0 lead. And the puck out the center ice at the red line. Covered by Davies in his own zone to the far boards. Gets a return pass from Ciccone. Up the left wing, shot in over the line. Hits a stick and dribbles in over the blue line. And a Crunch get a hold of it. Pass out in front of the net, take it back by Dumont. He'll then send a backhander out to center ice. Amherst will recover it. Turn up the near wing of the red line and shot in around behind the Amherst net. Cleared all the way over the far boards, dropped into the corner, and now a pass to the slot to the near side for Walcott. He has it picked off his stick, taken away by Mersch. Turns and a shot knocked down. Murray with a return shot off the left pad of Legacy. Comes down the corner, down behind the net, Mersch on the backboards. Tying up there, puck coming down the near corner, Murray to dig it out. Throws it behind the net for Mersch. And it's poked off his stick. He chases down the near corner and sends it behind the net for Yops. Trying to throw it out in front. Yops still with it off the backboards. Backhander in front. Another shot, return shot. And fanning on the bouncing puck was Murray. Dug out and pass in behind the net for Yops. Feet in front. Fanning on it there once again is Murray, and the puck brought off the near side to center ice. Amherst had 2 or 3 great opportunities right there. After it, Pilot sends it, make that Elliott sends it behind the net, far boards, and a pass back on the near wing. Turned up the left wing, fired in around behind the net by Weisbach. In the far corner, that's cleared behind the net, back to the near side. Pass up the right wing, and Edmonds will give it off. Turned up the near wing to the Rochester blue lines to get all jammed up. And the puck pulled away by Passolt, and he squeezed out of the sideboards, and the puck recovered by the Crunch back in their own zone. Cross to the far boards, Emmerich stepped in, took it away momentarily, but get tied up again, and now do keep it in the zone. Dumped down the far corner, but the Amherst are going to make changes. Crunch have it around behind their own net. 6 minutes to go here in the first period. Amherst leading 1-0 as Kozak puts the Amherst on the board. Pass up the left wing side. Barry Boulay blocked away from him. Taken by Roseanne up the right side. Here's Kozak catching up. Spins it back in front. Roseanne after it. It rolled on him. He couldn't get a shot away. Nifty passing play. Comes out of the near wing and dropped back in the slot and brought ahead to center ice. Spinning back for it. It's Crozier inside of his own blue line. Circles. Then throws it up the left wing. Amherst will get a hold of that one. Taken away by Rosak on the right wing. Enters the Syracuse zone off of the far corner as he's pinned up to the corner boards by Carlisle. And that behind the net brought around the near side. And the Crunch have it. Tipped up the wall to center ice. Sent cross rink far boards for Dumas. Moving in. Takes a shot. Knocked down. Blocked away by Davies as he went down to stop that shot from Dumas. In the corner, Davies able to send it away to Kulik. And now a feed up the slot. Tipped along the wall and down after. Goes Weissbach catching up first. Takes a shot. And that one pops up in the air off the stick of Legacy. Comes down behind the net. Dropped out to the blue line, ahead to center ice. Forte wide on the left, enters the Amherst zone. Thrown back in the slot to the near boards. Quick shot, Kepke pad save for Subban. Out in front, they pound away at the puck. Comes down the near corner once again as they crash to the corner boards. Chipped along the wall, Amherst get a hold of it and able to clear the zone. Flipped high in the air, down to the Syracuse blue line. Back for it go the Crunch. On the near boards and up the right side. Has dumped off the puck. Rose Robert, the Amherst take it away. Long pass up the right side. Tipped the rest of the way down by Mersch. Hear that "Let's Go Amherst" chant in the stands. That's been going on since about 5:45 as they seemingly are outnumbering the Syracuse fans here. Puck dumped around behind the Amherst net. Do see a few individual seats that are empty here and there, but not very many at all. Puck dumped all the way down in the Syracuse zone. Chased after it in the corner. Backhanded around behind the net to the other side by Olaszewski. Through to the right point, kept in by Pilot. His pass along the sideboards. Crunch get a hold of it. Through the slot. Brought up the near side by Crozier. Brings it over the blue line. Long pass ahead to the Rochester blue line. The Amherst blocked that one down. Knock it out of the zone, but that's chipped back in. The Amherst have it. 3:40 to go. First period. Amherst up 1-0. And leading in shots 10-6. Pass back on the right side through the center ice. Elliott over the red line. He'll fired in around behind the net. Legacy stops it there. Shoots it around the far boards. Backhanded through the center ice by Forte. Spinning back Kepke and on the near wing Myers. Brings it up the right wing and over the Rochester blue line to Dumont. Throws it cross rink to the far boards. That's kept in and carried around behind the Amherst net. Carlisle tries to throw it in front. Pinned up against the net by Subban and he holds on for a face-off. 3:11 to go here in the first period. 1-0 in favor of the Amherst. This is the Amherst Broadcast Network. Face-off coming up in the Rochester zone. This will be to the right of Subban. Face-off in the Rochester zone to Subban's right. 3:11 to go in the first period. Puck finally dropped, but no, they'll do it again. Yops against Reifers, who's now chased out, so Barre Ballet will step in. And Barre Ballet leading this series with 7 points. We had a 5-point game that one time. Long shot in, backhander knocked down, return shot, fanned on by Barre Ballet. And the Amherst player went sliding across the ice. It was Saccone, and he wiped out Barry Belay. Fans wanted a penalty. As that's chipped down and into the Syracuse zone, and the Amherst Mash, they dodged a bullet there. As there was a wide open side of the net for Barry Belay, and he went a backhander, but it bopped up over his stick. And down in the far corner of the Syracuse zone, a pass up to center ice. Barry Belay to the red line. Enters the Amherst zone, drops it left wing side. That turned out into the slot, kept in by Thompson. Up the near wing, in on goal, moving in, backhander, pad save, and the rebound in front is carried away by the Amherst. On the near wing to center ice. Hear all the booing. It's not booing, it's Subban. Subban. All of the Rochester fans have picked up that Subi chant. Right to the center ice. Knocked loose on the near boards. The Amherst get to it. Up the left wing side. Dumped into the far corner, and turning back for it goes Day. Sean Day, who's playing his first playoff game. Got injured with about 6 games to go in the regular season. Shot in, ripped wide on that one time from Kalik. Tried to hit something in front, because it did take a redirection. Now we have I see the Syracuse net is off the pin, so that stops play. So we'll have a face-off coming up in the Syracuse zone. Oh, what a golden opportunity for the Crunch. And a very fortunate break for the Amherst. Hey, what could be better than passing miles of brake lights on the way from Rochester to New York City? Taking the train and saving 15% on Amtrak travel. Your next New York State adventure, just an Amtrak away. Visit Amtrak.com for details, and restrictions apply. Face off to the left of Legacy. As the players step in for this face-off. That is Kalik for the Amherst. We got a little pushing and shoving. Forte of the Crunch and Weisbach of the Amherst. Legacy in the regular season a 5-3-0 record against the Amherst, 3.19 goals against average. Subban in the regular season against Syracuse. No, I don't have that down here. Might have been the 5-2-2 record. Anyway, not sure what it is. Sorry I even started that conversation. Puck pulled out over the line to center ice. Dropped to the near boards and up the right wing. Turned in over the Rochester line. Scooped around behind the Amherst net by Dumont. Chasing after it. Plays it behind the net and off into the far corner. Getting to it, Koepke. Lays it back, left point, Carrick, long shot. That in front, that knocked down. And a shot attempt hits a body in front. That's picked up in the corner, dug out by Kalik. On the sideboards, then he squeezed out. Puck back at the blue line. Is turned down over the line to center ice. Kalik up with it. Weaves his way now. Head over the red line. Shoveled the backhander in over the line. Weisbach had turned the other way. And the puck recovered by the Crunch. Myers on the far boards will backhand it in. Round behind the Amherst center back for goes Davies. Coming out in front of his net. Turned off the near boards, up the left wing. Here come the Amherst. Bartkowski on the left wing side. Drops it down deep in the corner. Chasing after there. Malone with a big hit in the corner on Carlisle. And the puck behind the net in skates. Brought back at the near point. 1 minute to go in the period. Long shot, he knocked down. Backhander and unable to get a hold of it. For the backhanded shot was Rosean. Comes out in front of the net. Now brought ahead to center ice. By the Crunch up the near wing. Batted in over the line. Chased down the corner by Elliott. As he collides there with Gonsalves. Puck played around the far boards. Amherst got a hold of it. Turned ahead up the right side to center ice for Kozak. Behind the play, we have Gonsalves and Elliott mixing it up. Play is stopped, and they're both going to the penalty box. Still they have words as they're going to the penalty box each. Time of these penalties, 19:23 of the first period. Gonsalves from the Crunch and Elliott from the Amherst. Each picking up 2 minutes. Right now they got extra 2 minutes on the board against Syracuse. Oh, there's the one against Elliott now. Pretty sure even up penalties. Not sure what the delay is. Neither team sending players out. Now Coach Appert sends out his players. And Coach Grew will send out his. So the Amerks have Yops and Weisbach up front. Pilot and Prow on D. And for the Crunch, Forche, along with Walcott. Back on D is Thompson and Day. As the puck is dropped, taken by Day back at his own blue line. That's not Walcott, that's Kepke. Right through out into the high slot. Now to center ace. Thompson up the right wing to the Rochester blue line. That pass behind is turned the other way. Here comes Weisbach. Drops it back in the slot, but back checking on the play. Kepke steals it away and then reaching in, taking it right back as Pilot. Throws it to the far boards. Weisbach drops it back in his own zone. 10 seconds to go in the period. Turned ahead up the left wing by Weisbach to the red line. Throws it in on the right wing side. Pass in the slot. That one picked up. Has checked into the sideboards, and actually was Yops. The gate opened up to the player bench. Yops ended up halfway inside the Syracuse bench as the puck is dumped down ice, and there's the horn to end the first period. Tonight's intermission report brought to you by Nissan. Tim back at the studios brings me up to date on the NHL score, and that one is underway. Edmonton playing in Vegas, and the Oilers up 4-0 right near the end of the first period already. As, what did he say, Draisaitl had 2, and McDavid has 1, and somebody else had the other one. So, here we go now in the second period. Each team is a man short. 4-on-4. Malone stepping in for the face-off against Reifers. The Amherst now shoot the net to my right. Subban and goal down to my left. As it was a hand pass, that stops play, so we'll have another face-off coming up. And the referee's talking that one over as to where the face-off is going to be. They'll come back on the near side and have a private discussion. I think they indicated a hand pass. So again, just getting going. And that was stoppage 4 seconds into the second period. And the Amherst scoring the only goal of the first period. And leading in shots after 1, 11-8. In the series, it was the Crunch outshooting the Amherst 131-94 so far in the 4 games played. Referee coming over to the timekeeper's table. And it's going to be a penalty coming up to Syracuse. Reifers going into the penalty box. Time of the penalty again, just 4 seconds into the second period. Well, I thought they meant hand pass, but I think maybe the puck was up and out of play. Delay a game, obviously, if that's the call. So now the Amerks with their first power play opportunity of the game. Tonight's power play brought to you by Bud Light, brewed for a clean, crisp taste. Face-off coming to the right of Legacy. As the Amerks win the draw, pulled back at the left point, kept in. 4 skaters for the Amerks, 3 for the Crunch. Drop down the left wing corner, a minute 13 to go in the coincidentals. To the right point, Kulik back out top. Weisbach again on the near side. Kulik drops it down the corner. Amherst pulling it out top of the slot, taken by Rusak. They got Malone in front of the net, so the Amherst 4 forwards. Puck taken away, dumped down ice.
Delay of game, face-off.
And so it is a delay of game on Reifers. Amherst turning it in over the blue line again. On the near side, thrown to the far boards. Getting to it, Rusak. Turning it down the corner, drops it back. Fending on his pass was Malone, rolled off the heel of his stick and then shot down ice again by the Crunch. 30 seconds to go in the coincidental minors. Right away up the near wing, Weisbach drawing it in over the line, drops it back at the point. Kept in still by Malone along the near boards. He'll then throw it out top, Kulik. Top of the slot, taken by Rusak. Right side, Kulik, one-time shot knocked down, and the rebound off the stick of Malone. Ends up on the back boards. Amherst drawing it back at the right point again for Kulik. On the right wing side to Weisbach. They'll trade places. Weisbach in the high slot on the right side. Kulik one-time shot in, that's wide. And around behind the net off of the far boards. Coincidentals expired. Back at the right point now on top of the slot on the right side. Fending on a shot was Kulik, as getting a piece of it was Carrick. Dumped around behind the net with 30 seconds to go in the power play opportunity here for the Amherst. Drop down on the left wing side. Around behind the net. Backhander in front, hits the back of the net, ends up and a feed off in the far corner. Cleared behind the net. Carrick intercepts. He'll turn and shoot it along the boards and down ice. There's 10 seconds to go in the Syracuse penalty. Amherst bring it away. Brought up ice now by Pilot. Drops it back, but there was nobody there. Amherst have to turn back and come up with it again. Penalty now expires. Syracuse full strength. Brought away by Davies. Up the left wing side. Tipped over the line by Yops. Chasing after in the corner. Thomas gets to it, but the Amherst will then take it. Fired around behind the net. Out of the near boards by Murray. Crushed to the sideboards as Mersch moving in, looking to dig it loose as Yops. Puck around behind the Syracuse net, cleared up the wall and taken there by Forte. Brings it ahead in over the Rochester line along the right wing as he's squeezed out of the sideboards by Davies. Puck is still in skates, pops loose, and Davies gets to it. Draws it to the backboards and then behind the Amherst net. Tipped around to the near point where it's kept in by Day. Long shot in and a deflection off the stick of Edmonds is wide. Around the far boards and along the wall and down, and back for it go the crunch. Day getting to it. 17-10 to go in the second period and 1-0 Rochester lead. And behind the net, crunch start to work up ice. Rod forward over the blue line, now on the red line, and that one shot in on the Amherst net, dumped down off the pad of Subban into the far corner. Cleared along the wall, out over the blue line to center ice, recovered by the crunch. Carlisle giving it off, far side, Crozier will slap it off the right wing boards, round behind the Amherst net. Back goes Elliott for the Amherst. Kicking it off into the near corner, then he's upended. A puck coming out in front of the Amherst net. That's fed aside and up the right wing boards to center ice by Barkowski. Bag for it, the crunch pick it up in front of their own net. Long pass on the right side, off the stick of Usov, and that in the zone is whistled down. Might have hit a player on the Syracuse bench. 16:32 to go in the second period. And it is 1-0 in favor of Rochester. Now they're taking the face-off all the way down into the Rochester zone. Holiday Inn downtown Rochester, the official hotel of the Amherst, a block away from the arena at 70 State Street. Visit them for a relaxing night and great food. Face off to the right of Legacy. Puck drop, pulled out on goal, and they're taken by Carrick. He'll send it up the near boards to center ice, bounced away off the stick of Prow. As the crunch carried the rest of the way down the Amherst zone. Olashevsky with a hit in the corner, puck knocked loose around the far boards, and off a skate ends up in the corner, taking there, thrown out in front of the net, then jammed around behind the net, off into the near corner. That by Prowse, on around to the far point, kept in, long shot in, that's wide of the net. Round the near boards, Carrick throws it toward the net, and that's blocked in behind the net, chased down, and Prowse sends it up the left wing for Paso. Through the center ice, up the right wing, carried it over the off the stick of Murray, bounced away, almost a breakaway. Turned back again. This line, once again, they've got two forwards on this particular line with Passold and Olashevsky, and they're rotating another forward in on that line as the Amherst dressing 7D here tonight. Carried down, Kepke around behind the Amherst, not all the way around behind, out on the far boards, dropping it back at the right point. Long wrist shot in front, had one wide, and pulled up the near wing over the line to center ice. Weisbach had it picked off his stick by Kepke, takes it away. In over the Rochester blue line along the far side, scooped down the corner by Forte. Kepke chasing after it around behind the net as they tie up at the backboards, and in behind the net to the far corner, clear back at the right point, kept in to the left side for Day. His shot in, missed the net wide. Down the far boards, down for the point, getting to it, kept in by the crunch. Kepke behind the net, leave a wraparound backhander. He's upended, and the puck pulled behind the net on the other side. Shot along the boards. That's through and down ice, and icing is the call, so it'll bring the face-off back into the Rochester zone. 15:01 to go here in the second period. 1-0 in favor of the Amherst. Rochester Americans and your Stop DWI program. Hope you enjoyed this game. I want to remind you to have a plan to get home safely. If you've been drinking, just don't drive, get a ride. Face off. Coming to the right of Subban. Puck is dropped, rolls around behind the Amherst net on the far side. Dropped off on the backboards and in the corner. Turned around the left wing and back at the point, kept in. Long shot from there. Glove stop Subban, who holds on for the face-off once again. They score out of Buffalo on that lacrosse game. At the half, the Buffalo Bandits have taken an 8-4 lead over the Nighthawks. And again, that's just a one-game first-round series in the lacrosse. And whichever team wins that game will move on to the next round. I think that's against Toronto, if I'm not mistaken. And it's the same with this series. The winner of this game tonight will take on the Toronto Marlies. Ace off to the left of Subban. Puck is dropped. Pulled back in the corner. Cleared along the wall. Hammers get to it and slipped out over the line by Murray. And chased down on the left wing in over the blue line by Yops. Looking for a centering pass out of a skate. Ends up behind the Syracuse net. Cleared around the boards on the far side and drawn out to center ice by Koepke. He'll slam it off the wall down to behind the Amherst net. Ciccone back. Rings it around the boards on the near wing where it's grabbed and turned out to center ice by Davies. Over the red line, drops it right wing side, taken by Yops, backhander in the slot, and that's swatted away. At the center ice, turned up ice now by Dumont, waiting for help to catch up. He'll drop it to the traitor. Koepke moving in, and his feet off now to Myers. In on goal, takes a shot, no room, no lane to shoot. Puck blocked down at the side of the net. Comes down the corner boards. They got again, trying to feed it across the slot, but Mersch gets a piece of it. Myers digs it out in the corner once again. Trying to throw it in on goal, but that blocked away. Tipped it on the wall by Mersch, but at the point still kept in. And now the Amherst will pick it up and carry it out over the line to center ice. On the near wing where it's backhanded in. Yops then hammered to the sideboards as he backhands it around behind the Syracuse net. Yops up and back to the bench. On a change, Amherst dropping it along the blue line on the near side. Play it out of the zone. And up with it, Roseanne gives it off now. Is taken and flipped deep in the zone by Malone. Chased down around behind the net. Malone bumping there with Crozier. And the puck behind the net comes back around the near side. Cleared along the wall, out over the line to center ice. And now Reifers entering the Amherst zone. Drops it off at the point for Gonsalves. As Reifers taken down. And a mix-up at the corner boards with Kozak. And the puck now backhanded behind the Amherst net to the far corner. Bartkowski sends it up the wall to center ice. 13:05 to go in the second period. Still a 1-0 Rochester lead. And inside the Rochester line, shoveled down the corner, centering pass in front, moving in Day. Canterman across the goal mouth, comes out the near side. And to the point through to center ice and a race for it. Not winning that race. Thompson for the crunch, and hot on his heels is Kalik. Carries it behind the net in the far corner, then dropped off of the backboards, and that spun around the near side. Usov up the left wing, sends it in over the Rochester blue line to Element. Back to Usov, he'll carry behind the net, then he's squeezed out, and the puck taken away neatly by the Amherst. Stolen away by Metsu, carries it up to the blue line, dumps it off in the corner, and then the puck picked up again by the Crunch. Sent along the near side to center ice. Metsu steps up to grab it, take it away. Feeds it far side, pass off to Olszewski, carrying it down the corner, around behind the Syracuse net. Double team there, and the puck on the backboards recovered by Syracuse. Out the near side to center ice. Usov with a pass forward. Backhanded in, round behind the Amherst net. After it goes Davies. Coming out in front of his net. Both teams finishing up making changes here. Davies to the red line. On the left wing side, carried in by Roseanne. Pass in the slot. And that off the stick of Olszewski. Ends up in the corner. Roseanne, who had been hammered in the corner, gets back up. Had the puck momentarily, but got away. And that's around behind the Crunch net to the near side. Shot out of the zone to center ice. Tipped back in over the line, but that'll be whistled down on an offside. 11:43 to go here in the second period. It is still a Rochester 1-0 lead. This is the Amherst Broadcast Network. Face-off coming up at the Syracuse blue line. As the puck is dropped, back at the point, kept in by Yops. And Mersch battling, Murray in there also. Murray digs it out, slides it along the wall toward the corner. And Dumont takes it away for the crunch. Lays it behind his net, pass around the far side, through everybody and down. No icing, getting to it first, Forche. For Syracuse, backhands it around behind the net into the near corner. Is reversed to the far side. Murray back to help out as he bumps there in the corner with Forche. The puck spun behind the Amerks net. And it's still tied up on the backboards. Chip loose and dug out there by Saccone. The Amerks will send it up the slot up through the center ice. Under the stick of Mersch and down. And that'll be an icing the other way. Taking the face-off back in the Amerks zone. Back up icing behind play. Dumont having a few words with Saccone. You deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop at your local Nissan dealership and NissanUSA.com. Face-off coming to the right of Subban. Has gone the distance in goal for the Amerks. Set once again, puck drop, pulled out to the near point, then thrown through to the far side. Dropped off top of the slot, long shot in, hits a body in front, ends up wide, and a feed across the goal mouth out the near side. Amherst will bring it away. Turned out the center ice, catching up to it. Murray backhands it in. Then stops at the bench for a change. Puck down the corner. Moving in on the Yops, tying up Thompson, who does dump the puck behind the net for Day. And that spun around the sideboards. Hammers get to it. Pass in the slot, however, blocked away. And over the line to center ice. Hammers recovered right back. Dumped in the right wing corner by Rosean, chasing after it around behind the net. Dropped off in the corner. Trying to get the puck back. They do to the right point for Prow. Finally able to settle it down, and he'll then reverse it around behind the net. Goes all the way to the far point. Dropped out top, kept in by Pilot on the left wing, carrying it down in the corner. Looking for help. Throws it in on goal. That off the glove. In the air. It comes down the goalie. Score! A feed off the left wing boards by Pilot. Was bobbled by Legacy. Popped up in the air. It comes down and in the net. I think Pilot gets it. The Hammers did have a player in front of the net, but I don't know if he touched it. And it looks like Pilot will get that one 2-0. As Legacy mishandled that one. Rochester goal at 9:46 of the second period. And we're going to call Pilot getting that goal. Went off his stick and I think then off his glove, popped up in the air. And it came down and behind him and rolled in over the line. So now 2-0 for the Hammers as we're right at the halfway point of this game. And for Pilot, that'll be his second of the playoffs. So 2-0. And the puck dropped, taken back by the Hammers, up the left wing, shot in around behind the net. By Bartkowski all the way around the near boards. Around behind the net to the other side. To the left point, kept in. Another shot toward the net. That's tipped back and behind the net by Legacy and now brought away. Up ice, here come the crunch. On the right side, here's the call on that goal.
Number 20, Lawrence P-Light, unassisted. Time of goal, 9:46.
P-Light. Yeah, these guys are great. So the puck in the corner, Pilot unassisted, they say, and it's around the far boards to the right point. Kept in and back on the near side. Long shot in, Carrick off the blocker of Subban, comes down behind the net. It's a shot in from a sharp angle, swept away behind the net once again by Subban. Off in the near corner of the left point, Carrick keeps it in, throws it in on goal, but that behind everybody, and ends up in the far corner. Usov trying to dig it out. As they get tied up in the corner, Usov after it there. Being challenged, throws it on top, and he missed on the pass. That threw it all the way down ice back into the Syracuse zone. To my right, here in the second period, we're now past the halfway point of this game. Long feed up the right wing, turning over the Rochester line on the far boards, up with it. Right out in front. There's a penalty coming up here to the Hammers. As going for the net was Balsers, was tripped up, went down. Long shot from the point. Hammers get a piece of that one. Puck coming down the corner. Rusak after it there. And He's slammed hard into the corner boards. And I think there's just going to be the one penalty, and that'll be to the Amherst. Rochester penalty at 11:08 of the second period. We have a timeout here, 2-0 Rochester lead, and this is the Amherst Broadcast Network. Well, that'll be P-Light in the penalty box, better known as Pilot. You know, here's the thing. It's spelled P-I-L-U-T. P-I, Pi, L-U-T, Lut. So simple, Pilot. I don't know how they get P-Light out of that. Oh, well. Face-off coming to the right of Subban. It's always fun to pick on the others. I'm not perfect by far, but it's always fun when somebody else does that.
It's P-Light, 2 minutes for tripping.
Down the corner as the Amherst are shorthanded here. At the right point, comes out top, taken by Carrick. On the left wing boards, out top again for Carrick. Takes a look on the right side. And a pass off there. Barry Boulay drops it to the corner. Reifers after it. Back to Barry Boulay along the sideboards. Gets away from Yops, turning down in the corner. Has it back at the right point. Reifers out top for Carrick. Turns, looks, shoots. Knocked down. Rebound is slammed aside into the corner by Olszewski. On the near side. And then he gets a hold of it and shoots it down ice. Go back for it. Go the crunch. Minute 18 to go in the Rochester penalty. Penalty kill brought to you once again by Connecta Federal Credit Union. Banking done different. Shot in around behind the Amherst net off on the far side. Malone gets to it, drops it off at the point. Fired away to the point, but kept in by Carrick. Pulled down in the slot, a shot attempt. In on goal, kicked aside by Subban out in front. A return shot. Subban on his knees has it and holds on. And they get the sticks up in front of the net. So Subban out of the top of the blue paint. Got in front of that shot. Face-off coming up in the Rochester zone. 56 seconds to go in the Amherst penalty. Rochester scoring one in the first, adding one here in the second to take a 2-0 lead over the home team. Hey, Amherst 23-24 full and half-season ticket memberships are on sale. Membership starting as low as $16 a game and includes a number of exclusive benefits like access to AHL TV to watch all the Amherst games next season, invites to members-only events, a free Sabres game next season, and a whole lot more. Go to amherst.com/memberships for more information. Puck in the corner, cleared along the wall at the right point, kept in. Spun off on the near side, Kepke throws it in the slot. Amherst reaching and will take it away. Spinning around and shooting it out of the zone is Olszewski. Picked up again by the crunch, dropped back in their own zone. Taken there by Carlisle, half a minute to go in the Rochester penalty. Feed forward to Element. And he drops it back in front of the net, knocked away, and a shot in from a sharp angle by Balsers. Pad save for Subban. The Amherst got a hold of it, jamming along the wall out to center ice, and carried forward up the right wing by Weisbach. Catching up to it is Murray. Pulls it down the corner, round behind the net, stops there, tried to play it in front, but his centering pass hits the back of the net. Then he's pinned up to the backboards, and still as they are all tangled up and behind the Syracuse net, Element won't let go of him. Now Murray over the top, throws a right hand in as he connects with Element. And Element with a right coming over the top, and Murray decks him. Comes down on top of him, and Element on his back. Murray wins that one. And then Element gets up, and he's cheering the fans. Are you kidding me? He should be hiding his head. Yeah, wow. Time of these penalties, 12:59 of the second period. And I'm assuming they're each going to pick up a 5. As Rochester, Murray, and Syracuse Element each pick up a 5-minute fighting penalty. Face-off coming up at the Syracuse blue line. Yeah, they each draw 5 for fighting. So it's still a one-man advantage for Rochester. Just 9 seconds for Syracuse, rather 9 seconds remaining in the Rochester penalty. It'll be Malone stepping in for the face-off against Usov of the Crunch. Hammers leading 2-0, 7 minutes to go in the second period. Puck drawn back by the Hammers. They'll chase it down on the near boards, and after it's Ciccone. Drives it up the right wing and down inside the Syracuse blue line. Now the penalty expires, and the Hammers are in full strike. Feed forward to Usov, splitting through the D and reaching in to take it away is Ciccone. Nice job there. As he was back checking, reached in from behind and took it away from Usov, who had split through the D. Pulled away up the near wing to center ice. Usov dumps it in the Hammers zone, the far corner, rolls around behind the net, back for Davies. Pass along the near wing, up the right wing side for Rosean. He gains the red line, then shoots it the rest of the way in around behind the net. Coming down the near corner, pass up the wall to Gonzalez to center ice. And on the near wing, that's slammed ahead to center ice and tipped forward by Rosean. Up the right wing, waiting for help to catch up. As he spins to the sideboards, hammered to the boards, and now the puck tipped away down to the Rochester blue line. Hammers back for it. Taken by Pilot. Drops it back in the slot. Prow moves forward, feet in over the line. Here's Rusek trying to bust in a goal. Feet in a goal, blocked up, backhander. They score! Rusek with a great pass as he sends in on goal all alone. That'll be Kulik. Kulik finishes it with a backhander, and the Hammers have taken a 3-0 lead. Time of this one at 13:59 of the second period. Kulik, that'll be his third goal to the playoffs. And Rusek will get an assist as he delivered the setup pass. And we'll have to wait on who that other assist will go to. But the Hammers now increasing their lead to 3-0. So the face-off taken from the draw by the Crunch. And shot in around behind the Hammers. That bounced away out the stick of Subban. Getting to it, cleared along the wall.
5, Yurli Kulik, assisted by number 11.
Syracuse scores.
And number 7, Ethan Proud. Time of goal.
Long shot from out top by Carlisle. Finds its way inside the left post. And Syracuse gets on the board. And the time of this goal at 14:14 of the second period. So again, the Rochester goal, Kulik from Rusek and Prow to take a 3-0 lead. Then Carlisle comes back and scores for Syracuse, which is his second of the playoffs. And we have a face-off coming up at center ice, so it's now 3-1 in favor of the Hammers. On the near boards, up the left wing side, turned in over the Rochester line and down into the corner. Back for it, spun around to the far point by Davies, not out, long shot in, but blocked away over the line to center ice. And it is the Hammers taking it, chip forward up the left wing and into the Syracuse zone. On the far boards, Mersch after it, drawing it around behind the net. Throws it off into the near corner and spinning around the corner, Yops, and then he's spinned up to the boards, but spins away again. Dropping it back at the right point. Ciccone to the left side for Davies. Shot in off the backboards. Rolling to the back of the net. And it pops loose. Amherst come up with it. Merce throws it out in front. Ciccone at the near board. Takes a look. Drops it down side of the net. And a shot. Stripping and they score! Off the right wing side. Throwing it in on goal. And it looks like Merce slipped it maybe off the shoulder of Legacy as it spun down inside the post on the near side, and the Amherst now regain their 3-goal lead. Rochester comes right back, scores here at 14:59 of the second period, as Mersch will record his 4th of the playoffs. And now Legacy is out, and Alnefelt will come in. So Alnefelt will see his first playoff action. Hugo Alnefelt, 21-year-old out of Sweden. And so the Amherst now back to the 3-goal lead. Puck drop, but it was done right. We'll try doing it again. So.
Second in the playoffs, scored by number 72, Declan Carlisle.
That's the Syracuse goal.
That goal is assisted by number 36, Felix Robert. Time of goal, 14:91. Crunch goal brought to you by PhD.
All right, so Robert gets the only assist. Puck carried up ice. Shot in a goal, steered aside by Alnefelt. And into the far corner as they crash the corner boards. Rosean wiped out, but gets back up. Watching on in the corner, then taken by Kozak. He'll cycle it around behind the net, comes down on the near boards and into the corner, where it's then fed through and out to the center ice, taken by the Crunch. And ahead up the left wing side, tipped in over the Rochester line by Day.
Michael Mersch, assisted by number 3, Joseph Cicerone. And number 26, Mason Yops. Time of goal, 14:59. Once again, Rochester goal.
Ciccone and Yops with the assist on that last goal. In front of the Amherst net, dropped around behind. Thrown off to the far side. And out top of the slot, back on the right wing side. Picked up at the right point, kept into the left side. And after there, Crozier, right wing side, one-time shot and getting the glove on it to block it away is Subban, and the puck backhanded along the wall. Not out, now chipped up in the air and comes out over the line to center ice. Syracuse takes it right back, re-entering the Amherst zone up the near wing is Crozier. Backhander in the goal, pad save for Subban. Puck coming down the near corner. Dropped out to the near side. Walcott to the right point, kept in, and that one hits a leg in front. Batted toward the net again, spin around shot in, and the Amherst got a hold of it in the corner. Cleared along the near side through to center ice to the far blue line. Over the stick of Rusek and down, and they're going to call an icing on that one as Rusek unable to touch it. 3:31 to go here in the second period. Amherst up 4-1. So Mersch getting that last goal. Ciccone's first point of the playoffs. Yops with that assist now has 4 points. Face-off coming to the right of Subban. And that assist by Robert rather, is his 3rd point of the playoffs. On that goal by Carlisle, which was his 2nd goal of the playoffs. Puck dropped in the circle, but then carried behind the Amherst net. Up the left wing side, picked off at the point and kept in again. Feed to the slot, moving in Usov. Tied up from behind. Nice job of back checking right there by Malone. Through to center ice. Weisbach drops it off, but his pass in is spun down the Amherst zone. Back for it goes Pilot. Sends it around behind his net to the near corner. Slammed it on the wall to the point. Grab kept in by Carrick. And the Crunch after it. Poked away into the corner by Rusak. And on the backboards, it's Proud to cycle it around the near side. Then it's dropped in behind the Amherst net again. On the backboards, Forte looking to dig it out. Drops it there for Edmonds. He'll then send it around to their point where it's kept in by Carrick. Pass in the slot. Return pass, Carrick up the left wing. Throws it across the goal mouth on the other side. Amherst tip it away. And now at the center ice. Off the left wing in a race for it. Kulik trying to catch up. That's dropped behind the net. Kulik reaching in for it, but that's then turned and spun around behind the Crunch net. Out of their point, kept in by Elliott. Off the right side, throws it off in the corner for Rusak. Turns it behind to get away from Carrick. Plays it back at the right point for Elliott. Shot to the net, missed wide to the right. That's off the backboards around the far side. Bartkowski throws it in front, and Aldenfeld with the glove stop will hold on for the face-off. 2:25 to go in the second period. The Amherst leading 4-1, and this is the Amherst Broadcast Network. Face-off coming to the right of Aldenfeld, who has come in goal to replace Legacy. Here's, we have 2:24 to go in the second period. Wasn't done right. We'll try it again. Aldenfeld, he had 1-1 record against Rochester, but a pretty impressive 1.22 goals against average against the Amherst. 33 games in Syracuse this year, 17-12 and 0-2 and a 2.77. He was the AHL Player of the Week back in January, week ending January 29th. So he has good credentials, but this is his first action in the playoffs. Puck behind the net, trying to center it was Passolt. That's picked off and turned along the line out to center ice. Ciccone tried to shoot it in over the line, came up with a stick and clipped the Syracuse player. Now they're going after Ciccone as he came up and caught Barry Ballet. That was a follow-through on a dump-in by Ciccone. It's going to be a penalty coming up here to Ciccone. Fifth penalty of the game against Rochester. And it comes at 17:55 of the second period. Two minutes high sticking. And for the Crunch, this will be their third power play opportunity. Got the referees talking this one over. And now they start to skate away. I think I saw one. Did I not see one in the NHL game last night? There was something very similar, a follow-through on a clearing shot, and it was not called a penalty because the ruling was that it was a follow-through, which it seems to me this is the same thing here. But anyway, it is a high-sticking penalty against the Amherst. 2 minutes on the board. Again, Crunch for their third power play opportunity. 2:05 to go in the second period. The Amherst up 4-1. Shots are now even at 17 apiece. Face off to the right of Subban. Amherst sending out Olszewski. Up front along with Malone, then it's Pilot and Bartkowski back on D. Set now. Puck dropped. There's a high stick, hits the linesman. Comes out the near wing and now turned out of the zone to center ice. Malone with it will slip it along the glass all the way down around behind the Syracuse net. Aldenfeld will clear it off in the near corner, and now here come the Crunch on the attack. Hammers reach in, stole it away nicely by Malone. Boy, he's been everywhere. Great stick work by Malone in this game. And the puck dumped in around behind the Syracuse net. Crunch start to bring it away. Minute 41 to go in the period. Right away up the left wing side and over the line to Gonsalves. Carries it on top of the slot pass on the right side. Getting a stick on that one is Kozak, and the puck in the corner. Jammed away by Bartkowski, then shot away and down ice by Olszewski. That was by Pilot. Puck all the way down. Here come the Crunch again up the left wing boards. Dumped in around behind the Amherst net by Balsers. Far corner, Davies tried to slam it away, but hits a skate, comes down the corner. Jammed around to the far point, kept in there by Carlisle. On the side boards. That one turned away, left laying on the far side, spun out of the corner by Koepke. Rolls it around behind the Amherst net for Balsers. He'll ring it around to the far point again for Carlisle. Under a minute to go here in the second period. Up the left wing, in over the line, down in the corner, drop back at the left point for Carlisle. Pass to the right side. There's a long shot in and grab by Subban. Holds on for a face-off. 46 seconds to go in the second period. So a face-off coming up in the Rochester zone. And it'll be to the left of Subban. Amherst still short-handed for 40 seconds. So barring a goal being scored, the penalty would end about 5 seconds before the period comes to an end. Getting set now. Finally, the puck is dropped, goes to the corner. Amherst have it cleared along the glass. That's out and down ice. First man up ice is Olszewski, almost stole it away. Cleared by Alnefeld around the boards on the near wing. And here come the Crunch on the attack up the left wing. Turned in over the Rochester line along the near wing. As Reifers is upended, it's going to be a tripping penalty coming up to the Amherst. Well, I'd say somebody's trying to even up this game, aren't they? Pilot draws another penalty. They're picking on Pilot night. And this one in 1931 of the second period. 2 for tripping. And for the Crunch, a 2-man advantage for 23 seconds. Face-off coming to the right of Subban. It'll be, that's Jobson for the face-off. Goes forward with it, comes up with the puck, and of course he got a hold of it, and they blow the whistle, do it again. Wow. Man. Face-off again to the right of Subban. Yops against Dumont for this face-off. Well, Yops is chased out, so the defenseman Prow will step in for the face-off. Draw back at the left point to the right side. One-time shot off the glove of Subban, comes down wide. Reifers in the corner, tied up there by Bartkowski. Puck around behind the net. Out on the near side, feet in front, taken by Barry Belay. Drops it back in the corner. As that one across the goal mouth, they shoot and score. Pass across to the back door. That's fired inside the open side of the net. And the Crunch scoring with a 2-man advantage on the power play, bringing it to a 2-goal game. And the time of this one at 1946. So the Crunch pick up their second goal of the game. Great feed right across the goal mouth to the other side, the back door. Feed from Dumont. And it looks like that's Koepke, or was it Reifers? So we'll find out. Power play goal. They're back on the power play again. Brought up now by Kozak.
Playoffs scored by number 15, Simon Reifers.
That is Reifers. Puck carried up ice by the Crunch.
Gabriel Dumont and assisted by number 12, Alex Barry-Belay. Time of goal, 1946. Once again, Syracuse Crunch goal.
So Barry Belay and Dumont coming up with the assists as the period comes to an end. And a lot of goals that period. There are 5 goals total, 3 for the Amherst and 2 for the Crunch. And so now after 2 periods here in Syracuse, the Amherst with a 2-goal lead. It's 4-2, and this is the Amherst Broadcast Network. Back in Syracuse, 4-2 Rochester lead. Tonight's intermission report brought to you by Nissan. And we have out of the American Hockey League, the other deciding game tonight between Manitoba and Milwaukee. And Milwaukee right now a 1-0 lead in the third period. And then in the NHL, it's Edmonton out in front of the Vegas Golden Knights 5-0. And Edmonton trying to even up that series at 1 win each. And in the cross action out of Buffalo, not looking too good for the Nighthawks as the Bandits leading 14-7 in the third quarter. Here in Syracuse, third period coming up. It's a 4-2 Rochester lead after 2. This is the Amherst Broadcast Network. Well, it's an important penalty kill here for the Amherst. Minute 32 to go in the Rochester penalty as we start the third period. And the Crunch with one power play goal in the game, 1 for 3. This is their fourth opportunity. Subban and goal down to my right as the Crunch bring it in and fired around behind the Amherst net, coming down the far corner. Cleared behind the net, back around the near side, the right point for Dumas. Drops it down to the sideboards. Barré-Boulet takes it there, out top for Carrick. He takes a look around, throws it back on the right wing side. Barré-Boulet down in the circle, takes a shot. That one hits something and comes down wide of the net. Back on the near wing again. Barré-Boulet out top for Carrick. Turns shot. Hits the body in front of the Amherst. So swatted away and down ice. That by Kozak. So now 53 seconds to go in the penalty. Right back in over the Rochester line. Backhander in front. Flipped in a goal pad save. And a return shot. And Subban gets the blocker on it. Lost his stick. Out top. Carrick with a shot. And up over top of the net. As the puck on the backboards and into the corner, Barré-Boulet will draw it around the near side. Out of the right point for Reifers. Down in the right wing corner. Barré-Boulet has it there. Turns out to the circle, drops it on top. Carrick winds up, shot. Hits a body in front. Hendricks hit a leg trying to clear it away. And the puck hit disappears. And it's up inside the jersey of Reifers. So that stops play in the faceoff coming up to the right of Subban. 24 seconds to go in the Rochester penalty. As the Amherst have a 4-2 lead. Boy, that next goal, either way, is going to be such an important goal. By the way, Subban had a shutout last game, plus the first period of this game, and there was goal scored at 14 minutes of the second period by the Crunch. So Subban had shut out the Crunch for around 95 minutes before the Crunch scored. Malone carries it from the faceoff up ice, flips it in over the line. The Crunch have it, returned back to center ice. Koepke wide to the right side, giving it off on the near boards. Backhander by Robert and cleared out top of the slot, rolled away off the stick of Carlisle. Out over the line to center ice. Carlisle chasing it down, throws it along the near boards, and now as the penalty to Rochester expires, Amherst get a hold of it. It's tipped down in the corner, around behind the net. Balsers has it. Carries it all the way in the far corner, laying it back at the left point for Myers. He'll shoot it behind the Amherst net. Off the backboards, and in the corner, spinning around, trying to get away, but chipped away. And in the corner once again by Weisbach, and now Rusak intercepted momentarily, but got away from him. Feet in front, out the near side. Myers with a shot, and then his knees. And Subban up with the puck, and he holds on. And a little pushing going on in front of the Amherst net once again. 18:05 to go here in the third period. Amherst goals by Kozak, Pilot, Kulik, and Mersch. And the Crunch goals by Carlisle and Reifers. Face off. He'll be coming to the right of Subban. As Yops will take the face-off against Usav. They get him lined up. Stepping in. Yops gets the stick down. The puck kicked back at the left point where it's kept in by Carrick. Long shot in front, wide. Comes around the boards out of the near wing. That's kept in as they tie up on the sideboards. And the puck popping loose at the far side. Carrick brings it in, tees it up, takes a shot, missed the net, and the puck jammed around the near boards, tipped away, and out of the zone to center ice. Bagford go to the crunch. Walcott throwing it to the far side. Right up the left wing, Carrick with a feed in over the Rochester blue line to Forte. Drop pass there, shot in, missed the net by Usav around behind the net. On the back of the net, the whistle stops play, and we get a whole bunch of pushing and shoving and grabbing and clutching and so on and so forth, and behind the net. Ciccone and Murray in the middle of the mix. And of course, Walcott for Syracuse. Hey, what could be better than passing miles of brake lights on the way from Rochester to New York City? Taking the train, saving 15% on Amtrak travel. Your next New York State adventure just an Amtrak away. Visit Amtrak.com for details. Restrictions apply. And the face-off will be to the right of Subban once again. Don't forget the collector's photo pack is still available for purchase. Those packs are great. There's currently 15 cards in the collector's pack presented by UPS Store commemorating moments of the 22-23 season. Go to Amerks.com/cards to purchase your set for only $10. Face off again to the right of Subban. Winner of this series taking on Toronto in the division finals. This, of course, being the North Division semifinals. Reifers chased out of the face-off. Barry Belay steps in, wins the draw back at the left point, but the Hammers get a piece of that one. It's turned out over the line to center ice. Crunch again, shoot it in around behind the Hammers net. Drop back on the backboards by Olszewski. Long pass up the left wing side to Malone. Throws it back on the far boards, moving up the wing. Olszewski will fire it in around behind the net. Then he heads for the bench. And the puck around to the near point is kept in. Spun along the boards behind the net by Kozak all the way out on the far wing. Trying to get a hold of it, send it through the slot. Brought away and up ice by Thompson. Over the Rochester blue line, drops it near side for Barry Belay. Throws a pass to the far boards and catching up to it, Crozier on the left wing side. Tried to throw it out front, gets it back again, plays it right point. Thompson shot, hits a body in front. The Hammers will knock that one away and is turned out over the line to center ice by Malone. However, the Crunch right back up ice with it. Pulled in over the Rochester line by Crozier and then sent the other way down ice by the Hammers. Rusak almost got a hold of it in front of the net. Carried away and up ice by Koepke. It's in over the Rochester line. That one tipped away, played to the near point, but the Crunch get to it. Kept in, and a shot in, knocked down. Subban has it and holds on for the face-off. Again, we'll do a little pushing and shoving in behind the net. 16.5 to go in the third. Hammers holding on at the moment to a 4-3 lead. So I mentioned the winner of this series taking on Toronto. And the dates for that are, by the way, are set. And should the Hammers come up with a win here in this one, they would move to take on Toronto, which would begin on Wednesday. That would be this coming, no, make that Thursday rather. It would be this coming Thursday, the 11th at Toronto, 7 o'clock. And then on Saturday, the 13th at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, before returning home the following Wednesday and Friday. The 17th and 19th would be the Amerks home games. Again, it's a best of 5 series. Backhanded around behind the Syracuse net on the backboards, played off in the far corner to pass through, is out of the zone to center ice. Catching up to it at the right wing, then Salvis in over the Rochester line. Stick handling, comes up with it to the corner. Backhands it behind the net around the far side. In the left wing corner, trying to center it. Walcott off the backboards, turns it behind the net, pinned there on the boards by Yops, and the puck chipped out and spun around the near side. The Hammers carrying it up the left wing. Flipped in the air, down ice by Murray. Chasing Bagford, go the Crunch in their own zone. To the near side, up the wall to the Rochester blue line. Carried in over the line along the near wing by Balsers. Tried to drop it back, but hits a skate. And the puck around behind the Amerks net. Tipped in the far corner by Walcott. On the sideboards, Crunch have it. Right out in front. Nice job of picking the pocket there by the Amerks. Played along the wall, but not out. There's a turnaround shot. Hits a body back at the left point. Another shot in. That missed wide. Comes around the near wing. Return shot in. Off the right wing is wide to the net. as the Crunch trying to feed it out in front. They're just hammering it from anywhere right now. And the puck up the wall. It's out top of the slot, but the Crunch get to it again and kept in by Carlisle. Off on the far boards and into the corner. Yops tying him up. And Pilot has it in his skates in the corner. As the puck cleared around the far boards to the point. Is that top shot in. Off the glove of Subban, comes wide and down in the near corner. Dropped off in the slot. Edmonds plays it back at the left point. Long shot in. That's grabbed by Subban. Holds on for the face-off. 14:53 to go here in the third period. And the Crunch are just ripping them from everywhere. 6 shots already this period for Syracuse. Amerks have not had a shot here in this period. So again, back to that series against Toronto. If the Amerks do win and move on, the 2 games that the Amerks would have in Rochester will be Wednesday the 17th at 7 o'clock. Then, if needed, Game 4 would be on Friday the 19th against Toronto at 7:05. And then, if needed after that, Game 5 would be back in Toronto on May the 21st at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So there's your Amerks' upcoming possibility of games, brought to you by Villa of Hope. Rebuild, recover, and renew. Long to the near point, dumped down the corner, feed back to her side, shot in, getting a piece of it, Subban. Puck comes out in front and carried away by Passolt. On the far side, Rusek catching up to it, tips it the rest of the way down. Passolt will chip it around behind the net, Amerks get to it, feed down in front, taking it off in the far corner, Rusek laying it back at the right point, Bartkowski getting in there in time to keep it in. Long shot in, goes wide, off the boards and comes out into the high slot, now carried through to center ice. Reifers up the right wing, and it's picked off his stick and turned ahead to center ice. It's Passolt in over the line. Rusek drops it back. Passolt will ring it around the boards in the far wing, and getting to it, Forte for the Crunch will draw it over the line to center ice. Reifers up the left wing, shoots it off into the near corner. Turning back goes Davies, 14 minutes to go in the third period. Amerks holding on to a 4-2 lead. Puck around the far boards, out over the line to center ice. Koepke takes it, turns, and he'll dump it in behind the Amerks net. Rochester back, and in the far corner, up the right wing side to center ice for Ruseyan, as he slips it forward, and that's swatted the rest of the way down around behind the Syracuse net by Kozak. Picked up there by the Crunch, slammed it on the wall, and out over the line to center ice. Amerks recover it. Feed forward, tipped in over the line by Ruseyan along the far boards. Crunch after it. And on the near wing up the right side, played along the wall to center ice. Turning back as Element drops it off, and that dump in attempt there by Myers hits a leg. Now it's picked up, and the Crunch do manage to find a space to shoot it in behind the Amerks net. Subban rings it around the boards on the near wing. Knocked down by the Crunch, shot in a goal, but the Amerks will clear that one aside. Pilot up the wing for Mersch. Tried to jam it along the boards, but gets tied up there, and the puck in the corner. Played behind the net. Crunch have it. Pass out in front. Picked out of mid-air by Murray, and he'll drop it back, and now Prow carries it behind his net. Just under 13 minutes to go. Right out in front and up the near wing to center ice. Prow on the left wing side. Gets to the red line, shoots it in. Round behind the net, comes down the far corner. Kulik getting to it. Drops it to the backboards and chased after. In behind the net by Murray. As they tie up, and spun around the far side. Amerks get to it. Elliott will then send it around behind the net all the way into the near corner and chasing after it. He slams the body into the corner boards, and the loose puck is pulled away and up ice by Syracuse. To the red line, backhanded in. Round behind the Amerks net, Subban backhands it off in the far corner. Rusek had it picked off his stick, but does play it behind the net. Elliott rings it around the near boards, but the Crunch get to it. Shot behind the Amerks net all the way in the far corner. Feed out in front, and a shot in, missed the short side behind the net. Bartkowski digs it out, and he'll clear it up the near side through to center ice. Chased after by Rusek. Down in the Syracuse zone, around behind the net as they tie up. That's in skates on the backboards. 12 minutes to go here in the third. Still pinned up in the corner. And the ref can see the puck, so no whistle. Finally, it pops loose. And around the near boards, back at the left point, kept in by Davies. To the right side, long shot in by Prow, and on his knees, Alnefeld has it and holds on for the face-off. 11:49 to go here in the third period. The Amerks up 4-2, and this is the Amerks Broadcast Network. Face-off coming up in the Syracuse zone. This will be to the left of Alnefelt. Puck drawn away. Amherst have it from the face-off at the near point for Davies. Shoots it off the backboards. Comes out in front. But the Amherst couldn't get to it. Cleared along the far side. Walcott had it knocked off his stick toward the net. It's recovered in front of his net by Carrick. Giving it off now and a pass along the right wing side out over the line by Myers to the Rochester blue line. Turned in over the Amherst line and into the corner. As the puck dug out back at the right point for Myers. Turns it to the left point, kept in by Carrick. Back on the right side for Myers again. As he's watched there, shot it on goal, and the Amherst got a hold of it. Cleared off the boards and down ice. Weisbach chasing for it, comes up with it. In over the blue line, then he spins back. He's all by himself. Teammates making a change, so he just backhands it down in the corner and heads for the bench. Down behind the Syracuse net off in the far corner. Cleared along the wall, out to center ice. Up the left wing into the Rochester blue line. Turned it over the line. And a shot in. That one bobbled by Subban, but it does come loose and down in between his knees where he smothers it and holds on. 10:57 to go in the third. And the Amherst on top by a 4-2 margin. Hey, you deserve the car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full lineup that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop at your local Nissan dealership and NissanUSA.com. Face off. Coming to the right of Subban, talking about that series against Toronto. And should the Amherst get through, coming away with a win in this game, advanced ticket sales would start on Monday. At any time you're looking for information on tickets or whatever, you can go to Amerks.com/tickets. Shot in off the right wing side, blocked away. That comes out top of the slot, kept in. Pass off in the right wing corner. Amherst getting to it, will clear it along the wall, but that in the slot, taken away, right for shot, and a save there by Subban, and he finds the puck on the ice, grabs the handle and holds on. The Rochester holding on to that one as they had a giveaway in their own zone, and Subban covers up. 10.5 to go here in the period. And the Crunch, 11 shots to 1 this period in favor of Syracuse. Crunch now with 31 shots. Face-off will be coming to the left of Subban. As the Amherst will send in Yops to the face-off against Dumont. Puck dropped. Cleared along the near wing. Out top of the slot. Kept in by Myers. To the other side for Carrick. Long shot wide. Comes around out the near side. Tipped away to the blue line, but still not out. Turnaround shot there. They score! From on top, Dumont turns. Throws it toward the net. Ends up just inside the right post. And now it's a one-goal game. Syracuse goal here at 9:36 of the third. As Dumont records his first of the playoffs. Amherst just couldn't clear the zone. And that one sneaks by the left arm of Subban just inside the right post. So now it's 4-3. They had Element in front of the net. I don't think he touched it. I think Dumont will get that one. So now, one goal game. Amherst tip it in and around behind the Syracuse net. Crunch back for it, off in the corner as they tie up. Dropped out, comes out in front, and along the far board, spun through and out to center ice, and pass off on the near side. Reifers up the right wing, enters the Amherst zone, drops it off in the slot, shot in. That just missed the lower left corner on the shot from Myers. Cleared along the far boards. Myers has it. At the left point, we'll shoot it around behind the Amherst net. We're just past the halfway point here in the third period. Off in the corner, Amherst dig it out. Along to the far point, kept in still. Dumped off in the corner, chipped around the wall on the far side, thrown toward the net, pad save, poked away by Subban. Hand on the backboard, spun out the near side. The Amherst able to clear it along the wall and out over the line to center ice. Taken by Barry Ballet. His pass and batted away by Murray. Murray Ballet back for it. Being challenged there by Weisbach, and he'll drop it all the way around behind his own net. Weisbach moving in, but the puck is spun behind the net around the near side, and the Crunch will feed it through to center ice. To the Rochester blue line, we get the call on that last goal.
Scored by the captain, number 40, Gabriel.
So Dumont getting that goal.
That goal
So the defenseman, Carrick and Myers with the assist. And here come the Crunch again in over the Rochester line. Bartkowski slides it aside for Elliott off of the far corner, played up the wing and through to center ice. Trying to escape is Rusek as he pulled in over the line and ends up going down. And no, he couldn't get a penalty. And the puck now is brought through to center ice. The Rochester fans in attendance are booing that one. Now behind the Amherst net, back for it. Davis will drop it in behind for Prow and in the near corner. Tips it up the wall on the near side where it's recovered and carried away by Kozak. Brings it up the right wing, pass off to Mersch on the far side, dumped it in, and that around behind the Syracuse net. Crunch back for the puck. It's played around the near side for Forte. Dropping it back in the corner and through in front of the net to the other side and up the left wing. That's dumped down in the Amherst zone. Rolling in on goal. Subban plays it behind the net. Getting to it. It's Davies to ring it around the boards on the near side out to center ice. So the Crunch back for it. That's brought away by the Amherst, turned up the near wing, just a little bit out of the reach of Olszewski. Does tip it the rest of the way down, around behind the Syracuse net. Crunch have it, 7:50 to go in the third. It's now 4-3. Amherst on top, but by one very slim goal. Puck dumped behind the Amherst net. Subban will play it off in the near corner. That's flipped in the air, out to center ice. Crunch recovering it, Carrick up the near wing. Turns it in over the Rochester line, batted away. That is off a stick, pops up in the air, over the glass, into the stands, and out. 7:32 to go in the third. The Amherst 4, the Crunch 3. This is the Amherst Broadcast Network. Face-off coming up in the Rochester zone, which is to my right here in the third period. We're at 7.5 minutes to go in the third. Right now the Crunch out shooting the Amherst 33-18. 13 shots here in the third for the Crunch and 1 for the Amherst. Dumont chased out of the face-off. Gonsalves will step in. Puck drop, rolls it on goal. Grabbed there by Subban, holds on for another face-off. Actually, it got away from him, but very quick whistle stop play. So another face-off in the Rochester zone. Amherst and Syracuse battling it out here for the right to move on in the next round against the Toronto Marlies, who defeated Utica last night, winning that series 3-1. Puck dropped in the corner. Amherst take it, foot high in the air and out of the zone and down ice. This will be wide of the net. No icing, it's waved off. Round the boards, shot in net, just missed the upper right corner on the shot by Mersch. On the far boards, dropped in behind the net again. As they spin on the backboards and taken now by the Crunch, and on the left wing, send it through to the near boards, and Thompson up the right wing side. To the Rochester blue line, he'll shoot it in around behind the net, then heads for the bench. There's Subban, backhands it around the far corner. Crunch get to it out in front of the net. That's knocked away and recovered again out in front. Another shot in net by Barry Belay, missed the right post. Comes down the near boards, dropped in behind the net. Dumont there. As Mersch broke his stick in half, gets the bench, gets another one, a feet out in front, blocked away. And on the far boards, Mersch catches up to it. Brings it through to center ice. In over the blue line, breaking for them is Kozak. Mersch carries it all the way down the corner, tying it up in the corner. And Kozak in trying to help out as Malone watches on, but is dug out by the crunch and around behind the net. Off into the near corner. Drop back in front of the net, taken now by Crozier, and on the far side. At the center ice, up the left wing to the red line. Knocked down by the Amherst, they take it away. Along the far side, trying to get away, Rosean. Slides it in over the line, chasing after the backboards. Crunch get to it first. Reversed off into the far corner, and the puck dug out and now brought away by Edmonds. Off the left wing side to center ice. Amherst reach in and take it away. Davies after it, slams a backhander along the wall. Crunch get to it, they'll fire it in around behind the net. Comes out of the far boards, and Rosean tips it over the wall to center ice, and had his stick picked off his hand, and the puck now on the near wing, turned in over the Rochester line, dumped around behind the Amherst net. In the far corner, getting to it, Element. Pass out in front, comes down high in front of the net. The Amherst will bring it away. Rusek sends it to the far boards. That's down ice on a race for it. Kulik up the right side, trying to break it a goal. He's tied up. Gets a one-handed shot away. Olnefelt got the leg on it, but didn't know where it was. He did kick it away, and now at the center ice, kicked away at the blue line, in over the Rochester line. Should have been offside, but no whistle, and the puck tipped loose and comes out on the near boards. Head to center ice up the left wing. Weisbach there will send it the rest of the way down. Stopped by Olnefelt in behind his net. Hey, Crunch have it. Right from behind, up the left side. Turning back again. There's Day trying to spin away from Olszewski. Gets it back in front of his net. Now moves forward. And up the left wing to the red line. Into the Rochester zone on the far boards. Chase down the corner. Olszewski back. Lays it behind his net. Bartkowski will send it the rest of the way around the near side. Tip to the point, but not out. Turnaround shot wide of the Amherst net. That comes down the far corner, reaching in for it. Pilot. He'll then block it away out over the line to center ice. Under 5 minutes to go here in the third. On the far boards, pass back on the near wing, where Robert will shoot it in around behind the Amherst net. Stopped there by Subban. In the near corner, Bartkowski. Up the left wing, but not out. That comes out in the slot. Forte tied up. And the puck popping loose in front of the net. Tipped aside. Comes off on the near board. Shot there, blocked away. And down on the knee, blocked by Kozak. And at the far point, kept in. Dumped down in the left wing corner. Thrown in on goal, across the goal about on the near side. Down to the near corner. And to the backboards. Behind the net for Forte. He'll lay it back at the left point where it's kept in. And a wrist shot in front, blocked away by Passolt. Dumont gets a hold of it again at the far point. Watch there, drops it on top. Forte turns and his shot blocked in the slot by Passolt. And the Amherst will clip it away and down ice. Back for it, go the Crunch, 4 minutes left. Up the near wing, taken by Carrick at the red line. Rips it in around behind the net. Coming down the far corner and bouncing away at the side of the net. Turned in behind, spun around the far wing once again. Dropped back in the corners, they jam it up. And spinning in the corner, trying to tie it up and get away with it. Mersch, and now it's flipped in the air and out to center ice. And a race for it. Murray chasing after it. Out of his net, Olnefelt will play it away up the near side for Carrick. Head to center ice. Up the right wing, 3.5. That's the time remaining here in the third. Round behind the net, off in the far corner, Reifers after it. As he's watched there off the left wing side, drops it back at the left point. Kept in by the Crunch to the near side. As Crozier shoots it around behind the Amherst net. Tipped loose out of the near side, and Murray's there to backhand it along the wall and out of the zone. Hagford go the Crunch in their own end, spinning around in front of his net is Carlisle. Starts to work it up ice, a feed forward on the near wing to Usov. Dropped in over the line, the Amherst get a piece of it, tip it out over the line again. We're at 3 minutes to go. On the near wing again, pass out in front of the net. Drop back on the near boards and up the right side to center ice. Feed in over the Rochester line, backhanded in on goal. That's played aside. Amherst get a hold of it. Turn to the near point, not out. Long shot in. Amherst blocked that one down. Tipped away the point again. Kept in. Thompson moving into the circle. Takes a shot. That one is fanned on. The puck comes out to the near point. Still kept in. Dumped around behind the Amherst all the way to the far side. Prow getting to it. Able to send it out over the line to center ice. Drop back in over the line. Players still there. It's offside. 2:31 to go here in the third. The Amerks 4, Crunch 3. This is the Amerks Broadcast Network. Face-off coming up at the Rochester blue line. 2 minutes, 31 seconds to go here in the third period. Amherst 4, Syracuse 3. Right now the Crunch 35 shots, Amherst have 19. So the Crunch outshooting the Amherst 15-2 here in the third period. Puck is dropped, turned back at the Syracuse blue line. There, Carrick gets a hold of it on the near side. Barry Belay up the right wing. There goes Alnefelt for the bench. Empty net to my left. Puck shot in behind the Amherst net, off into the far corner. As they tie up there, that pops loose at the point, kept in by Carrick. And he throws it toward the net. That's wide, comes around the near boards and spun back in the corner. Davies gets a hold of it in the corner. He's tripped up and goes down. And in the corner, puck's underneath him. Now drawn loose by the Crunch around to the near point, kept in by Reifers. On the right wing side, Barry Belay, and out top, taken by Carrick. One-time shot in, that one dribbled wide, missing the back post. Out the left point, back on the near side for Barry Belay. Carries it down the slot, tried to fire it in, but that off the stick, I think, of Davies is up out of play. So a face-off coming up, 1:47 to go here in the third. Davies gets up to a knee. That's about as far as he goes. Now he's going to turn back for the bench, as these Amherst have given it their all here. And the Crunch just keep on coming right now. Face off to the left of Subban. As we get set for the face-off. Puck drop, pulled to the sideboards. Amherst get to it, tipped along the glass on the near side. Poke to the blue line and out over the line on the near side. That's loose and backhanded in by Yops around behind the net. Again, empty net to my left, and Crunch get a hold of it. 1:30 to go here in the third. Right up by Carrick, shoots it in off the boards, round behind the Amherst net. Knocked down by Subban. He'll clear it off the glass around the near wing. Bouncing back in the corner. Mersch plays it up the wing. Amherst dig it out. Pass in the slot. Shot out to center ice, but hits a leg and didn't make it down. Reifers has to spin back to stay onside. On the near boards, Barry Belay throws it to the far side. Reifers in over the Rochester line. Drops it to the near point for Carrick. Down the sideboards. And the puck in the corner, played behind the net, out in front, ends up in the far corner. Now 1 minute to go here in the third. 1 minute. Off the right wing side, drop back, Barry Belay has it. Throws it in front, in a goal, flip shot, knocked down by Subban, and the puck around behind the net. Pass out of the far side, ends up at the boards, back at the left point, long shot from there, hits a stick and goes wide. 45 seconds. On the near wing, Barry Belay down in the right wing corner. Throws it in the slide, Carrick back on the left side, in front, quick shot in, that's knocked down at the side of the net, and blocked off into the corner. Subban on the ice trying to get back up. Out of the left side and a shot in, dribbler into the pass, and it's through, they score! Oh man. Shot off the left wing side, hit something, dribbled in just under the right pad of Subban, and this game is tied up with 30 seconds to go. Time of the goal, 19:30 of the third period. And I guess it's only fitting, the way these two teams have been so close all year long, that it should be even at 4 right now. So the Crunch have battled back from a 4-1 deficit to take a tie game right here with 30 seconds to go. All right. So let's call it. Next goal moves on. Set now for a face-off at center ice. That's 41 shots for the Crunch. Amherst get a hold of it up the right wing. Ciccone over the red line, shoots it in around behind the Syracuse net. Dropped off on the backboards, played around the far side, and drawn away. Get the call on that goal.
An even straight goal! Scored by number 4, Trevor Carrick!
So Carrick gets that goal.
He's assisted by number 15, Simon Reifers.
Reifers.
And number 12, Alex Barry Belay.
And they just automatically give an assist to Barry Belay. All right, so Carrick, his first of the playoffs. And what a big goal that is. Reifers, goal and an assist, now 7 points in the playoffs. Barry Belay with the 2 assists tonight leads this series with 9 points. So now we're at 10 seconds to go in regulation. Tipped out on the near boards. Feed back in over the line. Pass on the right side for a wide spot. Gets slowed up and the puck rolls away off his stick and around behind the net. And guess what? We're going to go to overtime. So, through regulation here in Syracuse, it is the Amerks 4 and the Crunch 4. And this is the Amerks Broadcast Network. Heading now to overtime. That other game in the American Hockey League was decided. Milwaukee defeats Manitoba 2-1 and moves on to the next round. So Milwaukee ousts the Manitoba Moose. And now we just need the final in this one to wrap up this series for the Amerks. The winner of this heads on to Toronto. Let's say the next goal will send the winning team on to the next round. Amerks shoot the net to my left here in the overtime. To my right, Subban in goal down to my left. As we have Yops in for the face-off against Dumont. Puck dropped. Amerks take it from the drop. The left side of the red line. Long shot in. There's a wrister in, but that up over top and out of play. So the Amerks will have the face-off coming up here in the Syracuse zone. Again, only fitting. These two teams are tied through the regular season. Each team was 6 wins. Tied for the first 4 games of the playoffs at 2 wins each. So overall in the season, each team with 8 wins. They ended up tied in points in the regular season at 81 points each. And I'm not sure how many other things they were all even up on, but here it is. Still nothing decided between these two teams as we are in overtime. Puck shot off the boards out to center ice. On the far wing, backhanded in, round behind the Amerks net, back for Ciccone. He'll ring it around the boards on the near side. That's out to center ice. Yopp chasing after it. Dropped in over the line, and reaching back for the puck was Murray, but couldn't come up with it. And the puck pulled out to center ice. Forte for the Crunch. Pass on the right side. Feed back in the slot. Kepke moving in. That one bounced away, and the Amerks take it. Slammed along the wall, out to center ice. On the near boards, Yops gets a hold of it. Backhands it in, but the Crunch have it. Feed up ice. Here's Barry Palais over the line, moving in. Fakes, and the puck rolled away. Never got a shot away. Round behind the net. Still has it off in the far corner. Throws it back to her side, and the Amerks get a piece of that one. It's up the near wing and through to center ice. Malone on the right wing. Over the line, drops it through the slot with the pass tipped away as he tried to feed Davies moving up the left wing. Heading back to block it away. Roseanne, his pass off. Turned up the right wing for Pilot. In over the line, backhander across in front of the net. Kozak couldn't reach it. In the far corner, drops it off in the corner. From behind the net, tried to bring it in front, but that's blocked there. All in the felt comes up with the puck and holds on for the face-off. 1:11 seconds into the overtime period. And again, the Crunch out shooting the Amerks 40-19 in that first period, in that through regulation. And the face-off will be coming to the right of Alnefelt. By the way, anytime you're at an Amerks game, join the Advantage Party Deck. Available for groups of 10 or more for $55. That includes a game ticket, access to the party deck at glass level, and all-inclusive food and drink. Learn more by going to amerks.com/party. Always a fun night. Fun way to go to an Amerks game. Puck cleared along the near boards out to center ice. And it's dropped down in the corner. Spun off the near side, up with it. Rusak digs it out. Plays it to the left side. Pilot up the far wing. Pulled in over the line. Pass back at the near point, moving up. Rusek on the right wing. Stopped. Puck rolled out the end of his stick. Never got a shot away, and that's turned out to center ice. Taken along the near boards, entering the Amerks zone. Dropped off, and a shot up over top of the net. And over top of the glass and out, so that stops play. Face-off coming up. In the Rochester zone, beat to the right of Subban. 18:21 to go here in the first overtime period. Amerks sending out Oleszewski along with Kozak and Passo. Got Davies and Ciccone on D. For the face-off for Syracuse Rifers, but the Amerks win that one. Tipped along the wall and not out over the line to center ice. Knocked loose back in the Amerks zone. Rochester recovering the puck. Davies to the near board. Ciccone up the right wing through to center ice. That one deflected in the air by Passo. The rest away down around behind the Syracuse net. To the far boards. Amerks reaching in, trying to get a hold of it. Played along the wall. It's knocked down by Olszewski, and he'll spin it off the boards and around behind the Syracuse net. Crunch back for it. In his pass hold, knocks it away in the corner. Tried to center, but got away from him in turn. And around behind the Syracuse net, Crunch have it. Reaching in, taken away by Yops. Spins on the left wing corner. Taken to a knee, poking at the puck in the corner boards. Mercy to help out, but that's pulled aside and turned out over the line to center ice. Up the right wing to the red line. Shot in around behind the Amherst net. Back for it goes Davies. Rounded out the right side. Begins to work his way up the slot. Davies wide on the left side. To the red line, over the blue line, moving in, winds up, fakes a shot, turns it behind the net, takes a shot, and that one comes down behind the net as they hammer away at it on the back boards. The puck spun around the near side. Will be turned out over the line to center ice. Up the left wing, taken by Element. Long shot in, stick stop for Subban. Coming down the near corner, Usov getting to it. That spun around to the right point, kept in. Long shot from there, knocked down, and Element digs it out. Takes a shot on his knees. Subban has it and holds on as Element trying to get in on Subban is stopped there by Bartkowski. 17:02 to go in overtime. Tied at 4. Face-off coming up will be to the left of Subban. Stop by your local Advantage Federal Credit Union to get your Amerks debit card. Every time you use the card, a portion of each transaction is donated to the Villa of Hope, helping to support our local youth in Rochester. Face-off coming to the left of Subban. As it's Malone in for the face-off against Dumont. And Malone wins the draw. Puck in the corner. Cleared off the glass in the air. And it comes down into the player bench on the play. So face-off once again. This will be deep in the Amerks zone. To Subban's left. Subban has gone the distance in the playoffs. Once again, Malone for the face-off, this time against Robert. Puck is dropped, pulled to the far point, kept in. Thompson moving down the sideboards as he's squeezed out by Kozak. Puck shot around behind the Amherst net, shot out in front and tipped up over top of the net. Coming down the near corner, slammed off the glass in the air and down to the Syracuse blue line. Crunch back for it. Day turning it up the left wing. Long cross wing pass. Amherst will reach in. However, bounced away out the stick of Pilot coming down the corner. Amherst do bring it in and pull it around behind the net. Malone cycles it around the far side for Pilot. Brings it out the center ice to the blue line up the left wing. That's tipped in by Kozak round behind the Syracuse net. Coming down the near corner and back to the other side once again. All pass up the right wing. Crunch have it. Brought in over the line wide of the net. And turning back for it in the corner goes Ciccone. Rips it around to the near point, bouncing away at the blue line. It's out over the line, and then jammed down inside the Rochester blue line. Ciccone has it. His pass to center ice, but knocked off his stick. Turning it up the wing. Here's Barry Belay dropping it back. Rifers on the right side, moving in, shot off the arm of Subban. Puck in the air is backhanded away and out of the zone. And back for it go the Crunch. As Crozier gets to it inside of his blue line on the near wing. Carlisle's pass forward, brought in on the near wing. Moving in, quick shot in by Edmonds, and that went wide, comes down behind the net. Just barely missed the short side as Subban got a piece of it, I think with the blocker. So face-off once again. This will be in the Rochester zone. Amerks goals by Kozak, Pilot, Kulik, and Mersch. And the goals for Syracuse by Carlisle, Rifers, Dumont, and Carrick. Face-off. Coming to Subban's right. As Olszewski in for the face-off against Usov. Yeah, they jumped too quick. We'll try it again as Usov is chased out, so it'll be Element stepping in against Olszewski. Puck drop, pulled out to the left point, kept in. Carrick with a shot, hits a leg, and that ends up wide in the far corner. And Ciccone will dig it out and bring it away. To the blue line, pass up the right side, but that one picked off and turned back in over the Rochester line and turned poke-checked away. That by the Amherst, carried up ice now by Kulik. Wide on the left side, takes a shot, glove stop, all in the felt. Who holds on for the face-off? So on the face-off coming up in the Syracuse zone, that shot by Kulik. By the way, he missed the first couple of games, out returning from an injury, but since he's come back, he's scored a goal each game. 3 goals in 3 games. 15:24 to go in overtime. And the face-off coming to the right. To the right of Alnefelt. Came in to replace Legacy at 14:59 of the second period. When the Amherst scored their 4th goal, it's been all Syracuse since that point, scoring 3 unanswered. Got all the way down ice, and this will be an icing call, so it brings the face-off back down into the Syracuse zone once again. So again, the winner of this series moves on against Toronto. And should the Amherst pull this one out here, they would start off on Thursday and Saturday next week in Toronto, the following Wednesday and Friday on home ice. That's the 15th and the 17th in Rochester for games 3 and game 4 if necessary. And then the final game would be the next Sunday in Toronto. So again, the ones to remember, Wednesday the 17th and Friday the 19th, the possible home dates for the Amherst in that next round. Backhanded along the near wing, where the puck knocked down and played around behind the Syracuse net. Clear to the far boards. Picked up by the Crunch, sent through to center ice up the near wing on the left wing and over the Rochester line. Thompson stops, takes a shot, but off the leg of Metza comes down in the corner. Amherst get a hold of it and play it along the near wall out and down ice. And this will be whistled down icing. Taking the face off into the Rochester zone once again. 45 shots now for Syracuse, 21 for the Amherst. So here in overtime, 5 shots for Syracuse and 2 for the Amherst. Face off to the right of Subban. As Malone steps in for the face-off against Reifers. Everybody jumps a little too soon, so we'll try it again. Puck dropped, Amherst win the draw, pulled back in the corner. Cleared up the near side through to center ice. Rolling all the way down around behind the Syracuse net. Shot by Alnefelt around the near boards. That's blocked down into the corner behind the net by Rusek. For Malone, he throws it from behind the net in front, but nobody there for the Amherst. And the puck pulled out back to the Rochester blue line, slammed forward by Bartkowski. Up the near wing, here's Rusek breaking in, takes a shot, and he just missed the back post. Down the far boards, the puck spun out to the blue line, is carried forward. Here come the Crunch, 2-on-1. Up the right side, Reifers on the near side, Edmonds handcuffed back to his side, and the shot in as the Amherst crash into the net. The net is knocked off. That's Elliott getting back in on goal. The net knocked off, and whistle stops play, but the pass back to Edmonds. He was handcuffed on the pass. Actually took the puck in the skates and couldn't get a shot away. So the Amherst dodging a bullet there. Face-off will come up in the Rochester zone, and that to Subban's right. Now they're going to move it the other side to his left. Getting set for the face-off. 14:15 to go in overtime. Puck drawn to the corner by Yops, and sent along the left wing side. Yops with it again, flips it out over the line to center ice, but the Crunch shoot it back in. Amherst have it. And in the corner, taken by Bartkowski, looks it over, throws it to the near boards, and up the right side, here comes Elliott. Pass along the sideboards, tipped into a line by Mersch. Carried down the corner, Yops behind the net. Around the other side, backhander in front into the knees of Alnefelt, who covers up and holds on. So we'll have another face-off coming up. This time in the Syracuse zone. 13:54 to go in the overtime period. By the way, you can stop by the Amherst Team Store presented by AdPro Sports Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And, of course, open during Amherst games. Face off, coming to the right of Alnefelt. Puck drop, pulled to the backboards. And behind the net, taken by Carrick. His pass out of the near wing. Over the line to center ice. Feet on the right wing side, Barry Belay, but got by him. Davies turning back, lays it around behind his net. Pass up the slot, but blocked in on goal. Recovered in front of his net by Davies. He'll turn it ahead on the far side, out to center ice. Mersch drops it off. Yops continues on over the line, up the near wing. It's all by himself. Tried to stuff it short side. Comes out in front, but the Crunch get a hold of it and play it along the near boards up ice. In the Amherst zone, back to take it away is Weisbach. Drops it off in the near corner. Feed out to the blue line. Walcott gets a hold of it, then he's upended by Olszewski. Turned back in the corner around the near side. Trying to center it. Robert, and the loose puck behind the net, dug out and carried away by Davies for the Amherst. Off the left side, pass ahead, tipped in over the line. Trying to catch up Rosean on the left wing. Olszewski looking to help out. Puck rolls to the backboards and now cleared around behind the net. Out the near side. Crunch bring it away up the left wing and a feed forward. Backhanded in by Usov. Around behind the Amherst net, is chased down by Prow. On the backboards, he'll cycle it around the far side. Feet in front, Amherst get a piece of it. And the puck at the point, however, still blocked and kept in by Carlisle. Thrown behind the net around the far side. Crozier dumps it off at the backboards. Edmonds chips it off into the boards and around behind the net. The Amherst get a hold of it in the near corner. Dropped off by Malone. Turned ahead and brought up the slot. The center ice by Pilot. He spins back to get away from Edmonds. Both teams working on line changes. Amherst with a pass forward. Tipped in over the line by Kozak. In the near corner. Drops it off for Rusak in the near corner. But then he's teamed and double team tied up, and the puck cleared along the wall and down into the Amherst zone. Back for it goes Saccone. Getting to it in the corner. Lays it behind the net around the other side to Davies. Works the left wing boards. Able to feed it out over the line and all the way down on goal. Alnefeld stops it there. Steers it aside. We're just under 12 minutes now to go in overtime. Up the wing to the Rochester blue line where it's swept in and around behind the Amherst net. Coming down the near corner. Davies with it. Backhands it along the near boards. Carrick tied up there. As the puck pulled along the near side, but kept in by Barry Pellet on the left wing. Throws it through to the right side. Myers winds up his shot. That's blocked down by Davies. Slow getting up. That had the sting. And the Amherst bring it up the left wing boards and over the line. Down into the corner. Yops after it. Tied up there with Barry Pellet. Laying it back at the left point, but picked up and brought away. Up ice come the Crunch. Reifers wide to the right side. Brings it in over the line. Tried to pass in the slot. Knocked down by Bartkowski. And throws it to the far boards. Backhander shoveled along out of the zone. Crunch get to it, shoot it right back in behind the Amherst net. On the backboards, 11:10 to go in the overtime period. Puck in behind the Amherst net. Bartkowski long pass up the right wing. And off the stick of Passolt down into the zone around behind the Syracuse net. Olszewski has it in his skates. Passolt moving in, trying to dig it out as they tie up in behind the net. And poked around the boards on the far side of the left point, kept in. Pilot dumps it off the boards around behind the net, comes all the way around the near wing. Getting to it, Weisbach tried to get it back at the point, but picked off and brought away by the Crunch. On the near side in the Amherst zone, Koepke dropping it off, shot in, and it's grabbed, held on by Subban, and then he's jammed up in front of the net. And whistle was stop play. Down to 10:33 to go in overtime. And tied at 4. With the face-off coming up in the Rochester zone. Teams are really slow at making changes now. As both teams, I don't know how much gas they have left in the tank. It's been a hard-fought battle in this one tonight. Amherst at 1 point back in the second period at a 4-1 lead, but the Crunch battled back, made it 4-2 at the end of 2, and scored 2 unanswered in the third period to tie it up at 4, tying the game with 30 seconds to go in regulation. And the face-off coming to the right of Subban. Puck drop, tipped away to the near point. Long shot from there, knocked down in the slot, kicked aside by Malone on the far boards. Crunch getting to it on the right wing side. Crozier on top. Edmonds shot in, that knocked down, bouncing puck side of the net, swept aside into the near corner by Saccone. As they tie up along the near boards, back at the left point, kept into the right side. Bounced away, but getting a hold of it. Crozier shot in front, a dribbler. That comes out top, kept in. Edmonds with a shot in front, and that one wide. Coming down the far corner. Edmonds getting to it. Well, lay it back at the left point, kept in. Out top of the slot, turnaround shot, pad save for Subban. On his knees, grabs the rebound as he pounces on it and holds on for a face-off. 9:58 to go here in overtime. We're tied at 4. This is the Amherst Broadcast Network. Face-off coming up in the Rochester zone. Will be to the right of Subban. We're in overtime, tied at 4. Olszewski moving in for the face-off against Gonsalves. No, make that Robert. It really jumps a little too quickly. Puck was never dropped. Try it again. Puck dropped, and the Amherst win the draw, coming down to the near corner, then sent through and out to center ice. Picked up and shot in around behind the Amherst net. Back for it. Pilot laying it off in the near corner. Prow after it. Gets tied up in the corner. Still has the puck. Sends it along the wall, but not out. Reifers drops it down the corner. Feed toward the front. Picked up a pass cross ring. And a shot by Barry Belay, but missed the upper right corner by inches. Down the far boards, Murray plays it to the blue line. And then as out the center ice, up the right wing. Here comes Jobson over the line, but it's whistled down and offside. 9:28 to go in overtime, just past the halfway point of the first overtime session. And the face-off will be coming up outside the Syracuse blue line. As the Amherst now have on the ice, Rusek, Weisbach, and Kulik up front with Ciccone and Davies back. Set for the face-off. As they tie up, and the puck is taken by the Amherst up the left wing side and over the line. Rusek. Whistled down. What are they saying? Offside? Man. All right. Face-off coming up again out of the zone. So evidently offside. Kulik stepping in for the face-off once again. Draws it back. Amherst win it from the draw. On the near side, Ciccone to the red line. Long shot in, steered aside by Olnefelt. Puck coming down the corner. Shot up over the glass and out. I think that's directly out. It looks like it's going to be a penalty coming up here. As the referees are talking it over. Yes, it will be. It is a delay of game penalty. Which sends Thompson to the penalty box. Time of the penalty, 10:43 of the overtime period. Penalty number 4 of the game against Syracuse. 2 minutes for delay of game. Thompson. Amherst have the power play for just the second time in this game. So 5 skaters for the Amherst, 4 for the Crunch. As moving in for the face-off is Mersch. Puck dropped. Amherst get a hold of it. Well, once again, it seems like any time the Amherst win the face-off, well, obviously not, because they're winning most of them. But it just seems like whenever they win it, they got to do it again. All right, face-off coming to the right of Olnefelt. Mersch once again stepping in for the face-off. As the puck is dropped, pulled back at the left point, kept in. Out top, Pilot on the left wing side. Drops it down in the corner. Down behind the net. Thrown back in the corner. Out top, Pilot shot in, but that hits a body in front. And it's backhanded away and out of the zone by the Crunch. So the Amherst chasing it back. Down behind the net, brought out in front. Working up the slot, wide to the left side. Pilot will drop it off. Continuing on to center ice, Weisbach throws it in on the left wing side. They're going to whistle that down offside again. Well, now with 8:49 to go in the overtime, first overtime session, 1:32 to go in this Rochester power play, which is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed for a clean, crisp taste. Face off outside the blue line. And the Amherst win the draw once again. Back inside of the blue line, where it's taken by Pilot. Pass up the right wing side to center ice. Rosayan over the red. Pass along the right wing side. Carried down the corner. Spinning back Malone along the near side. Rosayan in the corner. Sneaks by Malone. Rolls behind the net. Left on the back of that, out in front, knocked loose. Out top, Pilot moving in, top of the slot, takes a shot. Scores! Lawrence Pilot! Low inside the left corner. Power play goal. The Amerks win it and move on. The Amerks move to the next round. Pilot with his second goal of the night. And the Amerks come away with the victory. How? What a game, what a win for the Amerks. Huge goal, a power play goal for the Amerks. Scored here at 11:35 of overtime. And the Amerks pull out the victory here in Syracuse. Power play, so the Amerks end up 1 for 2 on the power play on the night. Pilot will get this one. I don't think it was touched. Pilot with his third goal of the playoffs, second of the night. And now we have the handshake at center ice. Hard-fought battle between these two teams. Hard-fought battle. And so even all season long. And the Amerks finally pull out this last one here in overtime with a power play goal. Wow, what a game, what a win for the Amerks here tonight. As it's Pilot to come away with the game winner in overtime, and it'll send the Amerks on to the next round against the Toronto Marlies. So the handshake goes on here at center ice. See if we can get the announcement on that goal, if they're going to make an announcement. And we'll see if we can pick that up. So this is always, what a great tradition this is in the world of hockey, the handshakes at the end. And it's great for the winners, but it's tough on the losing team. So the Amerks come away with the victory here tonight. And win this one 3-2. This is the only time in this playoff season the visiting team has come out on top. So the Amerks win this one 3-2. And they'll be playing Wednesday night, make that Thursday night. They'll be playing Thursday night in Toronto, Thursday and Saturday in Toronto. And then returning home the following Wednesday and Friday, the 17th and 19th. 17th and 19th will be the home game possibilities. 17th definitely, and if needed, the 19th. So you go to Amerks.com/tickets to get the information on purchasing tickets for the next round, which will be the North Division Finals. That'll be the North Division Finals between the Amerks and the Toronto Marlies. Amerks players and coaches leaving the ice and showing their appreciation to the Amerks fans in attendance, and there is a bunch of them. Well attended by Amerks fans here tonight as the Amerks pull this one out.